This episode of the Esoteric Order of Roleplayers is brought to you by the generosity of our backers on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/esotericrp to find out how you can become a backer too. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up with all the latest news, and join our Discord community to chat with players and fellow listeners. The Esoteric Order broadcasts from Santa Fe, New Mexico. We recognize these episodes are produced on the traditional territory of the Tewa-speaking Pueblo peoples, and we acknowledge their community, their ancestors, their elders both past and present, and future generations. The Esoteric Order of Roleplayers present The Great Game, a Castle Falkenstein campaign, with David Larkins as the host. Go. So, let's not waste any further, without any further ado, is the phrase I'm looking for. Let's just jump right back into where we left off, which was with an exciting fight aboard a somewhat runaway train. So, the question before you that we particularly left off with was whether Grizzly Grant was going to be able to work this magic prior to getting worked himself by these thugs aboard this train. And let's see, was it Iskander who had come up to help him? I believe it was.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we doing? What's the plan? You had just played the strength card.
Yeah, and I noticed that in the middle of the map there, and then I had this moment of sheer panic when I realized I can't find the document that explains what all of the things do and like what the Aid of Strumpf does for me.
Aid of Strumpf. I'm actually in this very moment opening those documents myself. So. Yes. This is one of those.
A dedicated folder, like.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not like there. I've got a floor plan, and I've got pictures, I've got my diary, all sorts of stuff, but I don't seem to have this document, so.
Let's see. Did I print it out? I think I did print it out. I got my desk all organized this week with my various documents close at hand, since this is, my GMing throne now, apparently. So. All right. So, got that. So we've got strength, and that says, like a knight of old, the dramatic character steps forward in the defense of others. Increase the level of success of a feat, partial to full, for example, or full to high, but only if the dramatic character is acting to defend another, which you very certainly are. So, what is your plan? Yes, you do have to succeed. Okay.
So
that is necessary.
It all comes down to this. As kind of a recap, I was trying to dislodge the chains from their mooring points, and then I got shot in the shoulder, and then
yes, you did.
Other things happened, and something or other, a little hazy being shot will do that to you. So
Does anybody else have a recollection that they can share with the group?
Oh, buddy, what do you need to know?
Bring us in, Kenny. What happened last time on Castle Falkenstein?
Oh man. Okay, so we definitely all got aboard this train. Hold on, I'm gonna actually pull up the wiki. Because I believe the train's name was like the Duchess. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Duchess Elizabeth.
That's right. Duchess Elizabeth, named after the Empress, I believe.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
Indeed.
Yeah, so we all showed up. There were various introductions and interactions. Myself, Grant, Morgan, and Astrid had already, we know somebody, a mutual, if you will. Hold on a minute. Nobody's usernames are changed yet. I'm like, you're not Alex.
I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Alex.
That's right. So yeah, what do we got here? Player characters. No wait, this is the wrong one. We all kind of got some interactions going. I was with Mark Twain. We all got on the train. There were some, and then we started going, I guess, to Paris. We're en route to Paris, and there were some shenanigans. Some shoelaces were tied. Some shoelaces. That's some boot laces, I guess.
Yep.
Whatever they were.
Your fine moccasin fringe.
Oh, there you go.
All those little dots.
Totally. We're all tied up. And then after a short interaction on the train, and then there was some absinthe that was consumed by our friend Mr. Haas. It's kind of smothering the parrot, as it were. And let's see here. I partook in some bourbon myself. And then what happened? Then we had a little kind of a rundown on how the train operated and how it basically like went through all these directories, right, to understand kind of the conditions of the tracks. And it was kind of self-automated. Is that right? Okay, great.
Yep.
Man, then what happened? Then some thugs busted in, and they had a little golden D, Old English D, or Old English font type, I guess, is what I imagine, embroidered on their chest, letting everybody know who their boss is. Some Austrian duke, if I recall.
Yes, the ruler of a small Central European country who fancies himself Lord Anton Dyer. Anton
Dyer, that's right. Well, his goons showed up, and they weren't after the train. They weren't even after the Empress. They were after the young woman scientist on the train who had engineered this technology, and perhaps even after the train itself, as we were to find out, when a giant Zeppelin clouded over us, blocking out the sun, and with its giant robotic tendrils reached down and grabbed the engine of the train itself. It was at that point that some goons were tossed out to be crunched underneath the train, and 6 shots at least were fired from a pocket revolver. Some sword cane action had happened as well, if I recall. And then as we kind of got up onto the top of the train, there was a dagger that was thrown to the Zeppelin, which exploded one of the hydrogen balloons, causing mass panic. And as I got up to the top of the train, I channeled my Masonic powers, which is really funny to say, and tried to create an illusion of like yanking down this Zeppelin in an effort to get all these goons to jump out and flee for their lives. Although there's about a half a dozen up there, and Iskander, in his hulkiness, decided to get up there and help defend me while everybody else tinkered to try to get the rest of the train to safety. Did I miss anything?
I think that about covers it.
I took some gummies that help you focus.
Oh.
For those tracking Katsuboo, he has
that's
to run off to go warn the Empress or whatever, so that she can get to safety.
That's true. That's the content we need.
That's right.
Wildcard Katsuboo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's important because it's the question of when's the cavalry going to get here? You know?
Well, hey. Or what did the cat do that it now needs to disappear?
Yes.
That's a fair question. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
top of this train, bleeding from the flesh wound to the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I started tinkering with the mooring points, but that might have been a little premature because there was guys with guns shooting at me. I should probably have seen to them first. Now, how many of them are there, and how are they arrayed?
Okay, so there's let's see, I believe 6. Let me just double check on that. Yes, there are 6 of them, and these are the guys who are sort of rappelling down these these guide wires, I guess, or cables that were descending from the airship overhead, and so these are the ones who basically did not get thrown, off the train by the explosion of the fuel cell. So they're just kind of spread out in more or less random points. They aren't really bunched up or anything.
Okay, that's smart. If they were like, if it's a narrow, long, like almost a hallway type of situation with it being at the top of a train car, especially with these mooring points on either side to narrow it even further, I was thinking that perhaps they'd be lined up, and so I was going to ask who's heard of Newton's Cradle and go from there. But such is not the case. So
just double clothesline, like put your arms out and run.
Yeah, I mean it's got the width of a typical train car. It's actually much stubbier and shorter than a typical train car. So I'd say all of you are no more than a couple yards away from each other at this point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what I need to do instead is grab the nearest guy and hurl him bodily, hopefully in sort of a bolo type of fashion, into the other guys, with the hopes that they will fall into a tangle of limbs trying to sort themselves out, and then I'll have all kinds of advantage to continue the beating of
Human bolo.
Human bolo. Have you ever been so pissed off you boloed a MRFer with another MRFer?
Can't say that I have, but
which is a good thing, I think. Before we get too deep into it, though, I think I have 3. Okay, so I got 4 new cards. I had played the Strumpf card, and so that's all good. But I have 4 new ones now.
Thank you. Yes, so I dealt a new hand to everybody since it's a new session. So just remember that you can only have 1 major Arcana card in your hand at a time. If you have more than 1, just drag the one you don't want back onto the deck and let me know, and I'll deal you know what.
I finally got 1 major Arcana. I'm so excited.
Yay!
I got 3. I don't know which one I want.
Jesus.
I know, it's terrible.
So the tarot document is in a separate email about equipment and tarot rules, so you can search for it that way.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else have more than 1? No.
1's all I need.
Okay. All right. Well, while Santiago's finished figuring that out, since this is incumbent on his, what he's going to be able to do here, let's just nip down to the carriage where the rest of you all are. So let's see here. If memory serves, Fritz helped to decouple the car, correct? Sorry, Frederick.
Fritz?
I did call you Fritz. I'm sorry.
Racist.
How dare you?
Terribly sorry.
Racist.
That's clearly a Prussian name. Frederick. Yeah, I think we were
I mean,
I think-
Fritz is a nickname for Frederick. Just by the way.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good save.
And then it's
Yeah.
a loving thing.
Yeah,
He was guarding with the sword cane while I was tinkering because I had the better tinkering to try to
Ooh.
decouple.
Okay, had we accomplished that yet? I don't think we had.
No, there was action up top. We were off camera.
Okay, well, why don't we resolve that then? So you have tinkering. So this is just going to be a straightforward test. So if you remember, you're going to try and sort of match up your tarot suit against the type of ability you're trying to do, which in this case would be physical, I imagine.
Okay.
Unless you
I
want to.
wasn't sure if tinkering was more mental, like do I know how to do it correctly, or if
Yeah.
it would be a physical.
Yeah, I was going to say one could make a case for mental for sure. Yeah, in fact, let's go for mental. So that would be pentacles.
Sure.
And yeah, so let's see. I would say, since Frederick is guarding you, and this is not terribly difficult, I'd say you would just need a good success on this, since you're having to kind of lean down and do it without, without good leverage, but otherwise it's fairly straightforward.
So if my tinkering is good,
Yes.
then do I need to spend cards at this point?
Only if I lay a card down to make it
Right.
harder for you.
So just, wondering about that.
Okay, so yeah,
Do
so I think
know if you're gonna try to screw me over and then
I was-
respond?
I
Or do
was
have to,
gonna say
free card.
I think you play first. Let me just double check on that though. Fortune cards may be used to enhance an already successful feat, making it even better. Okay. Besides managing the fortune deck, the host also has their own fortune hand, which is used to enhance the abilities of villains, supporting characters and feats at their command. He too draws new cards whenever his are used in play. Okay, so it doesn't seem to really specify whether you have to go first or not. So I think it's only fair in a case like this for me to play something first, and then you can choose accordingly.
Yeah, I kind of think about it like some sort of war of cards where I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, I have a good. And you're like, well, fuck your good. Here's a card. And I'm like,
Yeah,
"Ooh,
exactly.
well then."
Ooh, yeah, exactly. All right, so I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna play a swords card, which is only worth 1, since that doesn't match the the activity. So that would basically all you have to do is play any card worth 1 point or more in
And
order
you
to beat
can-
that.
You can play multiple cards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you could play your whole hand if you were so inclined.
Unfortunately, today, compared to last session, I actually have good cards. So
Oh,
everything
good.
I spend is going to be good. So, thanks a lot. Whatever.
I mean, it could be a double-edged sword itself.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. Then I will meet your sword with a sword. Why not?
All right. Very good. So you successfully complete the task and decouple the car. So the rest of the train begins to fall away from your own progress.
Yeah, I just look at it and I'm like, oh, it's just this little lever right here. It doesn't require strength at all. And I flip the thing, and then my face falls as I realize the cat is in the rest of the train.
No!
Reaching out.
Okay, so yeah.
Felt a Titanic moment.
So as you're watching the train begin to fall away from the car, and simultaneous to having that horrible realization, you can see bolting down the center aisle is the black streak of Katsubu running back up, and
I get down on one knee.
All right.
Give me old like Indiana Jones, like come on.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
I'm
he's
like holding
sprinting.
out a book to provide a platform slightly out from, because I do have books in my bag. It's a big textbook too.
Katsubu loves jumping on boats, by the way.
It's a cat. If I had a box, I would have gotten that, but I have a book, so.
Yeah, a box is just a little bit too small.
Yeah, I just happen to have this Amazon box with me here. I'll just set that on the ground. All right. Very good. So, trying to remember how to... on table. Okay. Cards on table. Recall. Hopefully this doesn't recall everybody's hands. Yay. Okay, good. All right. So, yeah, you see this cat bolting down the aisle, and you're both holding out your hands and books and everything else. So, Katsubu's going to leap for it, and since it's your cat, Alex, what card do you want to play?
Sorry, trying to get this whole multi-window thing figured out.
Oh yeah.
So, I am going to play the Page of Swords in the hopes that our social bond is so strong that it gives Katsubu that extra little bit of, motivation he needs to just give that leap.
All right. I like the attempt at justifying playing a social card in a clearly physical situation. Sadly, that won't fly, but that gets you that much closer to what Katsubu will need to make the leap. I just need one more. I need one more point. It could be any card.
Brutal.
So I'm really banking on this social bond we have. I am also.
Hell yeah, dude. Double down. The balls on this guy.
I know,
Awesome.
on a cat, the least social of any animal.
Yeah, I'm really
Bravo,
putting all of
sir.
it. All in on social bond.
All right.
All the little cutesy noises that Katsubu likes and everything.
Yep, exactly.
Pep, 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 pep.
Should have opened a jar of food.
If anyone
Yeah.
has a tin can to tap the side up with a fork.
Exactly.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like
The
a
electric
fancy
can
commercial.
opener. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whir of that thing. Oh man.
A steam-powered can opener, I think you mean.
No, right. Yes. Well, no. I mean, there's electricity, right? So I mean,
It's all about the steam, baby.
steam-generated electricity.
That's okay. Okay. See, now I'm back.
Okay.
All right. So, and speaking of mute, I mean, if you want to, you don't have to do push to talk if you don't want to. If it's just easier to leave yourself off mute, as long as there's nothing like a jackhammer in the background or anxious cats or
Just
anything like
this
that.
one. Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Anyway, but yeah, feel free to leave yourself off
This
mute.
anxious
if
cat.
that's easier. All right, so Katsubu does indeed make the ever-widening leap, and sort of rebounds off of Astrid's book, and then lands in your arms, Frederick.
A beautiful moment
Heroic.
we share.
Indeed. Okay, good. So, how about Iskander? Did we figure out what major arcana you wanted to keep?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm all good now.
Okay.
But all figured out.
Okay.
Answers
So-
to the universe.
Excellent. So you have risen to your feet as Grizzly Grant is sort of sheltering behind your large bulk, mumbling, with his eyes half lidded, as he weaves his fingers through the air as if he is gathering power, which indeed he is. And yeah, you've got these goons kind of slowly circling around. They have sabers, which they have drawn, and they're sort of holding you at bay with their sabers. And they're just kind of waiting to see what you're about to do.
Okay.
Now, can I offer a distraction?
Of course.
Ooh.
What do you
Always
got?
welcome.
Some assistance. I did hear a gunshot from up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to try my hand at a shapeshift.
Mm. Okay. What are you thinking?
Well, I don't know a lot about humans yet,
Mhm.
but I do know humans are afraid of geese. And
This is very
so
true. Yeah.
I
Accurate.
would like to shapeshift into a goose. And here's my thing. I would like to shoot for, obviously fairies have kind of a skewed sense of perspective, which is how giants and things came to be. So I know how big a goose is compared to me. I'm kind of imagining, geese are, the same kind of proportions to regular humans too, right? Geese must also come in all sizes.
Right.
So I would like to go for a giant goose. Like maybe like a 3 or 4 foot tall goose. To fly
Right.
up
Basically a
there.
like a
Right in the
raptor
face.
sometimes.
Like a raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The hissing, the teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
100% imagining you're transforming into a goose, just like in Krull when the when the wizard transforms into a goose. It's like
No, it's like an Animorphs book cover.
yeah, exactly.
I was
like
thinking
one-
of Willow. With
Yeah, Willow.
Oh,
Willow, yeah.
Astrid.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
just like
Yeah.
one frame at a time.
Yeah, I'm imagining like, Michelle Pfeiffer and Lady Hawk, just like a lot of like misty,
Yeah.
like the hotness is still turned up to 10.
Damn right.
I can't do it any other way.
Yeah,
No.
that is marginally sexier than an Animorphs book cover. So
But now I'm imagining like all of these
Marginally.
combined.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
But whatever your feeble mortal minds need to make sense of this, it's fine. My thought is if
Each of us I sees it a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
whatever you believe in.
Yeah. We
My
each
thought is-
comprehend the madness differently.
If
Uh-huh.
I turn into a goose, though, down below, which has the power of flight, of course, and
Mm.
just, like, surprise those assholes and maybe scare 1 or 2 off the top of the train, wouldn't that be great?
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thought.
That would be great. So let's see what we can do with that.
Now, what difficulty level would you set for...
Well, the thing is, I think, if I'm understanding this correctly, I think you just basically try and get the best possible outcome that you can, and that sort of dictates how successful your shapeshifting is.
Alright, well, I am good at shapeshifting, and I would like to throw this bad boy down.
Mm?
Is that the one?
Oh, there he is. Page of Wands. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. That is good. All right, so you are good, and you just added an 11 to that, making it a 17. So that would be an extraordinary level of success. And yeah, so let's see here. That means you can take any form indefinitely without having to concentrate.
What
So,
would a low score had meant that she transformed into like Howard the Duck?
Actually, I think what it is like, if my concentration breaks at all,
yeah.
then it's immediately shattered. Like, the illusion only
Ah.
lasts for as long as I can only focus on that thing.
Mhm.
And also, in that case, it has to be something, like, it can't just be any goose. It has to be, like, a particular goose that I have seen before.
Mhm.
Like, only
Sick.
one exact goose.
That's the same goose.
Yeah, they're just saving money on the effects budget. They just use the same goose over and over again. Yeah, if you're poor at shapeshifting, that could actually, the fairy may become amorphous, similar to the ethereality ability of this level. Any type of appearance is rough and ineffective. Tales of eldritch horrors with dripping flesh are often no more than badly formed fairies in shapeshift.
That's hilarious.
Like,
This like rotting
That's like
goose.
a 3-year-old's, like, drawing
Yeah.
of a goose. Just really crude.
Like those IKEA pillows they got from like children's drawings.
Yes. Yes. Which is kind of worse, actually. One of those
Mhm.
flying up at you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh man. All right. All right. Well, you are a consummate goose.
Phenomenal.
Yes. So you're going to go flapping up to the top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, just with like no warning, like shrieking and beating my wings right at the nearest.
Oh, what the hell was that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a bunch of feathers.
Yeah. Oh God.
Down there, like weeping at the transformation we just witnessed.
Yeah, you, Frederick, and Katsubu are all like, trying to climb into each other's arms. As you scream.
Yeah, triple fetal position, like a weird little like.
Yeah.
I guess it's true. This whole like doesn't happen with you guys, does it?
It's
just
Find those anime tears, the wavy waterfalls.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. So up top there, Iskander, as you're preparing, there's this moment of tension. The saber handles are being gripped until their knuckles turn white. You're all looking at each other. It's very kind of spaghetti western style standoff, and then all of a sudden, this like gigantic raptor-sized goose comes flying up from God only knows where, and so
Don't jump off the train.
yeah. Hopefully you won't jump off the train. I'm gonna see about these guys jumping off the train though. Let's see. You had
Even if I can just get one of them, I'm just imagining like right up in his face before he has any chance to react.
Yeah.
Leave some for me and my over elaborate magical scheme.
There's 6. One of you just got shot. It feels like, the odds are another of you will get shot again.
With any luck.
Grizzly Grant's like, this damn casting time.
I know, for real. I'm like, oh, I should have.
Is it like the little rainbow wheel is just turning on you?
Totally, yeah. I'm like, anytime. It's more like it's a steam powered Microsoft hourglass.
I mean, if anything, the spell will go off after we've cleared them all out, and then it just like nukes us.
There we go. Yeah, I'm like, don't believe your eyes.
All right, so their courage is good. You got an extraordinary success.
And my personal experience suggests that humans are extraordinarily afraid of geese.
They are indeed. So I'm going to have to play a card basically in order to prevent any of these guys from leaping off. So let's see here. Since it's their courage, it would be physical. And so in that case, I am going to... Or would it be emotional? What do you guys think? Physical or emotional?
Emotional.
Going with emotional.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in that case, I have no choice but to play the King of Cups, which is worth 14 on top of their good courage. So I will say that one of the guys does leap off, since that was our minimum outcome. But yeah, the rest are just what the hell. But all of them are distracted. They are all distracted. So, Iskander, what would you like to do?
Taking advantage of this distraction, and seeing, hopefully intuitively, that the goose seems oddly fixated on this one guy, like not just randomly flapping around. It seems to that, okay, here's my opportunity. Thank you, goose. But in an act of sheer will, I'd like to stride directly at the next nearest soldier, then with a dismissive bah, bat his saber aside with the back of my hand against the flat, and then seizing him by the lapels and lifting him into the air, just throwing him with extraordinary force into the crowd.
Extreme prejudice.
Yes. My
all right.
Good.
Yeah.
I played the strength, arcana already.
You did.
I like how cool Iskander was with this giant goose showing up. He's like, thanks, goose, and just goes right into it. While the rest of us are like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yes, I imagine this goose is like oddly, like ornately, like covered in like jewelry and stuff. Like it's an elaborate goose. It's the most beautiful goose you've
An
ever
elaborate
seen.
goose.
You never look a gift goose in the tail feathers, as they say in my homeland.
Oh, what a specific and weirdly applicable proverb.
It's a proverb for a reason. This happened.
That's right.
Written down. That's going in the book.
Yeah, that's not the first time this has happened, which explains how cool is a cucumber. Oh, fortunate goose. Just like Mama used to make. But I'm going to cross this page of cups with...
Ooh, the magician. Okay. All right. The magician. The dramatic character finds a perfect moment of clarity and focuses all their energy on the task at hand. They can convert the suit of one card in their hand to the suit of the ability being used. The converted card need not be played on this feat. Wow, okay. So you're converting the cups to the wands, obviously. And that is good for an 11. And, so I just have to check here. You were saying physique. I'm not sure if it would be physique or fisticuffs. Let's see. Fisticuffs, and street fighting, and... Okay. Physique is strength and stature, and a measure of your ability to take damage. Okay, so yeah, it would be fisticuffs. So what is your fisticuffs?
Just average. I was hoping it could be physique because I'm just not going for any nuance, just an act of sheer brute strength. But I understand that because maybe there's a grappling aspect or something, lifting a sack of potatoes is different from lifting a person, so I get that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, physique would be a feat of strength or resisting damage, like if you were thrown into an icy pond or something,
Or getting shot.
Or getting shot, yes.
And I think, too, it's what ends up resolving it. Like, if you end up grappling with someone, it's like fisticuffs is, like, successfully engaging them, but then physique is, like, how you determine the outcome, right?
Exactly. Yes. All right, so, okay, so you have average fisticuffs plus 11 for the page, which is good. Now, that's against a great fencing skill with his saber. So that beats him by 7, which normally equal to or greater. Normally that'd be a partial success, but otherwise is upgraded to a full success because you played strength as well. So that's fine. You just you just walk right up on him, and he's initially distracted by the goose, and then he turns just in time to see you coming in, and he's like, what the hell, and then next thing he knows, you're just grabbing him by the lapels and hoisting him over your head, basically.
And we have to hopefully, I don't know, does it incorporate the subsequent throw into his fellow?
I'd say
right now.
I'd say with the full success, it could definitely be a throw, and this would be the time to play a card based on physique to see how well you're able to throw him.
All right.
And you
3 of wands.
3 of wands, and you said you had a good or a great physique?
Good.
A good. Okay. So that is a 9 against their physique of good as well. So that is a partial success. Now, does strength apply throughout this whole scene? Let's see here. Increased level of success of a feat. Okay, so it only applied to that first one. Okay. All right, so with a partial success, let's see. So we've already lost one guy who hurled himself off the train because he was terrified of this extraordinary goose. And then you've got this guy, you're holding him up, you're throwing him, you got a partial success, so I'd say that would eliminate half of the dudes on the train, which is 5 remaining, so that would be 3. So it's this guy and 2 other guys. You throw him into 2 other guys, and all 3 of them go tumbling off the roof of this train car, leaving just these 2. All right, at this point, I'm going to say Grizzly Grant,
Yay.
you're up.
Just real quick, before we finish that here, I just want to respond to that happening by saying, do I have your attention? To the remaining two.
Nice.
There we
Sorry,
go.
please
Yeah.
continue.
Keep them distracted.
That's the idea of trying to tank it up here.
So I played all my cards at the beginning of this turn, I guess. The last session. Do I need?
Oh,
to
that's
play,
right.
Do I need to play anything else?
No. We resolved that the spell's going to go off. You just needed the time to do it, right? That's what we were doing, was playing for time. So the spell goes off. So describe what happens.
Oh man! After this random goose attack and Iskander kind of like bowling these guys together, I finally just kind of like I've got my hands in the air, and it's almost as if I'm like force pulling the zeppelin that's already kind of exploding from Breksta's silver dagger down onto the train. And can I describe what the NPCs do, or do you want to?
No, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. They all just kind of look up in terror as their zeppelin is careening down upon them, and they throw their hands into the air, screaming, and leap from the train.
Excellent.
To their deaths, their permanent deaths.
No, every single one of these henchmen survived, and they're going to come back for revenge.
The last thing I need.
They all fell into trees.
Yeah, they all fell into trees. Exactly.
Little parachutes.
Yep.
You see pop up.
They all deploy their parachutes.
I would 100% expect something like that.
Yeah. It would be in genre, It definitely would. Okay, so this airship does not, of course, actually blow up, but it is still hovering above you. It is listing somewhat, and now the top of the thing has been cleared of the henchmen, the henches.
Is that my whole turn?
If you got something else, what do you got?
I don't know. I guess I would wait to see what else was happening or what else required attention.
Yeah. So Frederick and Astrid, you're still kind of down on the the platform at the back of the car, right? So all you're seeing are like these guys just like falling off. Period. You see like one guy jump off after that goose, and then you see three more guys tumble off in this ball. And then you see now two more guys jump off screaming, screaming something about fire or inferno or something, And so what do you want to do?
Well, I do think that this is the perfect time for one of my literally translated Swedish sayings, because there is one that is no danger on the roof.
Wow. Holy shit.
Yep. It's a Swedish saying that means everything's fine. So there you go.
That says a lot about what happens on the roofs of Swedish houses.
But no, really, things suddenly get weirdly quiet up there, I think, after all of that.
Because that's the thing with the spell. The spell is like this full like surround sound hallucination for anyone who is witnessing it. But for everyone else, it's just like Grizzly Grant's just like, whoop, and then like nothing, and then these guys are like, yeah.
But nobody has actually come back down at this point. So
not at this moment, no.
Yeah. So
I'd like to think that in Raptor Goose form, I'm gonna like sidle up to you, Grant, and with my human or my fairy voice, like my actual voice, just like that was pretty good.
Oh my god.
Terrified.
Can a goose make not bad face?
Good.
Do you talk as if you had lips and a tongue?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Just my voice coming out.
I'm a
goose.
Okay, and we've met each other before. I mean, obviously, we shared a brief interaction.
Briefly.
I'm gonna look down at you and be like, thank you, my lady.
However, a goose can curtsy.
Oh yeah,
That's
ooh,
happening at you.
a curtsying goose. Now I've seen everything.
The wings kind of coming out to the sides.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah.
But I am like, I mean, the Zeppelin is still up there with its claws on the train, right?
Yes, and actually, let me just let me paint the picture for you, because this is more than a Zeppelin. This is a flying platform. So this thing is like basically a sky galleon with this elaborate superstructure from which multiple hydrogen balloons are keeping it aloft, along with various propeller systems, and
Studio Ghibli.
very, very, and there's platforms with Gatling guns mounted on them, which we'll get back to in a second, and also you can see like some ornithopters, hanging from rigs, like they can jump on their ornithopters and fly out from the superstructure.
Sick.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna
it's the
look.
whole thing.
Yeah, I look down at Breksta Goose, and I say, "Hey, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater quite yet. We ain't done here."
Why
To
would
silence.
you throw a baby?
Why would you throw a
Why
baby?
would you throw a baby? I was like, I'll explain later.
I can see why throwing a baby would help us in this situation. Unless it's their baby. Do you have one of their babies?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's all part of the plan.
Working on it.
Yeah. Operation Baby Snatcher.
We're the good guys.
Yeah.
So I guess
Let's,
I'll have to do a stork next.
Oh, there you
Like a
go.
reverse.
Yeah.
So what do we do about this? Can I run over and try to get one of these claws off the train?
Absolutely.
Does
Yeah.
that look possible? Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
then I'd like to do that.
I feel like
Okay.
I would turn my attention back to that as well. If I can manage to not be too distracted by my gunshot wound.
How
'Cause
many?
I can't just ignore that.
True.
Yeah, right.
How many claws are on the train?
Much like the number of henchmen, there are 6 claws
Okay.
on the train. Let's see here. So as you're doing that, so meanwhile up on the airship, of course, it's lost a little bit of its lift, but it's still up there, and you can hear a lot of shouting going on. Of course, it's a little hard to hear over the sound of the engine, but there's many orders being barked, and it seems like just a matter of time before they recover from that explosion and start to do something else. And in fact, you begin to see a couple of the cables, like they're being winched back up towards into the airship, growing tauter, as if to pull this car up off the tracks.
I want to call for I want to be like, hey, everybody, get up here. We need to get these claws off this train.
Yeah, and I definitely think, like, seeing that bad dudes fell off the train for various reasons, and now there's no one's come back down, but there's mechanical noises. I'd be like, probably should go check on this. Like, grab my bag.
So I've been sitting, rolling a cigarette, kind of casually sitting down, just and
Oh,
but I realized that I have to save that for later and head up as well.
Now, remember that Professor Reinhardt and her daughter Sasha are both on the train as well, or in the car as well. But they are sort of back inside of the car proper. But just as a reminder.
Have we put some distance between us and the rest of the train at this point?
Oh yeah, the thing's a couple hundred yards away now.
Okay. So I will follow Astrid up to the top of the train.
I
Okay.
do think that I would poke my head in, because Professor Reinhardt's kind of a big deal. Be
Mhm.
like, I think all of the weird guys are not on top of the train right now, but there is something mechanical. I want you to stay safe, but I know that's kind of your thing if you want to help. And then I run up the ladder.
Okay. All right.
Or we might have her, like, I don't know if it's possible to, like, throw the train into, like, overdrive or, like, overclock the engine or something like that to where it's
okay.
It's going a little faster, or at least, like, keeping pace with the Zeppelin. Because I feel like if we get slower or if we stop, it's going to be easier for them to take us.
Okay. Yeah, I think she'll try and do what she can from down in the compartment with her punch cards, you know. Okay, so very good. So we get into the next chapter, Battle in the Sky. So we are attempting to uncouple the grabby grabs. Now, I mentioned a Gatling platform earlier. You probably noticed that.
Yeah, you even said we'd be getting back to it, which I did not appreciate.
Well, now's the point. Now's the time. So yes, indeed, there is a platform that juts out from the front of the superstructure of this thing, you know, connected by a narrow catwalk, and it has 2 Gatling guns mounted on either side of it, and so as you all are getting ready to set to work to decouple these things, you can see one of the guns is being swung around and pointed down towards you.
There's nothing we can do about that, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we just need to
Can I
take cover.
become ethereal and fly up there to see what's going on?
You certainly could.
Excellent.
Let's see.
Now-
What's your rating in etherealness?
It's average.
Average.
Although I saw conflicting, like which suit it is. Can you clarify for me?
Sure. What were the
Saw
conflicts?
For one that it was wands, and then another one that it was swords.
Okay, let me just see here. Looks like wands.
Okay,
That's the
cool.
way to go.
Are hearts equivalent to cups in this game?
Correct.
Okay, good.
All right.
So with an average etherealness, you may become a thick fog, retaining shape and color. Features indistinct. You have the ability to fly at human walking speeds.
I'm gonna throw this guy down.
Ooh.
Maybe expedite my movement and my sneakiness.
Okay. Is that a 6?
6.
So that would boost it to an exceptional. Wow. Okay. So you lose color. You are nearly immaterial, and you can fly at 100 miles per hour. Nice.
Well, that's convenient. I just want to take a little peek-see and see what's going on up there.
Yeah, I think that might get you there.
Yeah, it'll take you there. All right, so you fly up. So what you see is, this platform as I described, hanging from the larger superstructure overhead, and a catwalk that seems to connect it to a bridge that, you know, like a ship's bridge, not a crossing bridge. So like the ship's bridge, which is enclosed by, you know, big glass paned windows, like in the style of an ocean liner. And inside there, you can see the crew. You can see that, you know, there's definitely still some level of hustle going on as they're attempting to correct for the lurch caused by that exploding gas bag. And you see the face of who can only be Lord Anton Dyer.
Is he handsome? Quick, what's his app?
He's devilishly handsome. Yes, indeed.
Nice.
The only question that really matters.
He actually, he has a great charisma and a good physique. So,
I mean, same, you know.
Dark hair, you know, waxed mustache, of course. You know,
Fabulous.
impeccably tailored uniform. and he's kind of shouting at his crew members, and then he shouts into this little brass horn, and you can hear a little, at the other end of the horn on the Gatling platform, connected by a tube running under the catwalk. You can hear him, and he says, "Clear the roof of that car! We need that car and the professor!"
So, I'm not necessarily great at inventing things, but I am pretty good at noticing things. Is it possible to sort of suss out, is there like a way to jam this gun?
Ooh.
Or even just do something funny, like have all the ammunition fall out of it?
I mean, sure. I think if you sort of materialize, for a brief moment, you could probably manipulate the gun without, without too much trouble.
If I like that plan, if that fails, I might be able to create an illusion to get them to maybe like fire at something that is not us.
Sure,
which is
sure.
good, because you said there are more than one Gatling guns, yes?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But is it 2 guns or is it more than 2 guns?
It's 2 on this platform. I'll say that much.
Okay. So do what you can, and then depending on what happens, we might have a backup. But I don't know. Maybe I want to get my illusion cooking, considering it might take a few minutes.
Good point. Start gathering the winds of magic while you can.
And we're not necessarily sure what Misty Breksta is doing at this point either. So
correct. Yeah.
So the main challenge for Breksta is that these are, of course, steel constructions. So it's a little bit like Superman trying to handle kryptonite,
I wonder then if there's something. Let's see, because they're certainly going to be mounted quite strongly onto that platform.
Could you, since you can fly so fast, can you swoop down here and get one of us and then give us whiplash on the way up?
Well, see, the problem is I'm pretty strong. I don't know that I'm quite strong enough to carry one of you.
I'm old and feeble.
My bones are hollow.
My bones are
like a bird's, I tell you.
Not to be the you forgot to give us homework guy, but if she's ethereal, it's like I don't think she could carry anything anyway.
That is correct.
She has to become material to.
I would have to do a shapeshift to either have wings or be something with wings.
Yeah.
And then I could carry you.
Yeah.
Although I would still only have my own natural strength, which again is pretty good. I think it's rip a phone book in half good.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think that's what the good physique equates to. It was something.
What's the limits on your shapeshift? Could you transform into a flying gorilla?
It has to be. I'm not sure. A lot of what I read is that it has to be something that I have seen before. So if someone had painted that or drew that, sure. But fairies aren't good at making shit up.
Right.
So I couldn't. If you told me, hey, turn into a gorilla with wings, and then showed me a picture of your idea, I could probably manage that.
Conan won't be written
if
for
I got
years.
an exceptional success. Although if you're really bad at drawing and I got a poor success, then it sounds like we'd be
yeah.
What about a dragon? Are dragons real?
Dragons are real, indeed.
They usually look like, you though. I don't know that I've ever seen a dragon in its real form.
Yeah,
okay.
They
They're like
shapeshift.
wyverns.
You have now.
But,
Oh, yeah. They're actually magical pterodactyls. They're pterodactyls who survived the extinction of the dinosaurs because they could use magic. So,
that's amazing.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah.
Was it the fourth Earth or something like that?
Yes, exactly.
Now,
That explanation is so amazing. I wasn't sure if you were trolling me or not.
No, it's for real. It's for real.
It's you need to bottle that and sell it.
Magical pterodactyls. How do we play that?
You could play a dragon if you wanted to.
Cereal.
It is a character option.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh.
Now, all of this being said, can I get a fourth card redealt?
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent. Just so I can like see if I've got any other additional options.
Yes. Just get that for you there. Okay,
Can we,
there you go.
While you're doing that, is there a way we can tell how long it might take? I mean, I've got experience. I probably have experience with Gatling guns. If since I've been involved in like the Civil War and all that stuff, like if I look at these things and they look anything like the Civil War, the Gatling guns, on American soil. Is there a time limit I can guess? Like, oh, it's going to take them this long to get this puppy going.
Yeah, I mean they're pretty instantaneous. You just have to like start turning the crank. So.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. they don't have to get up to speed or anything. So. Yeah.
Well, these are crew-served weapons, or is there just one guy?
They are crew-served, and I was going to say, Grizzly Grant, aren't you also a sharpshooter?
I am a sharp. I was just going to ask if these guys were in range.
Oh yeah.
Of me and my rifle.
Or at least they're getting closer every minute.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
silver lining.
If I'll see what Breksta. I want Breksta to kind of work something out of what she's gonna do, and then after that,
I'm always finding surprises too, though. Like that's cool. I just kind of flew up here without telling y'all what was going on.
I mean,
I'm just taking a look-see. I am definitely a little apprehensive about that much iron just being in a giant chunk.
Right.
It's definitely not pleasant even being up here because this whole thing is like one gigantic wood and iron construction, so it's a little bit like being on a warship, Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, I mean, if taking a shot at one of these guys is like our best option, I'm happy to take it.
Yeah, I say go for it.
Yeah, and then I would definitely be using that cover of your doing things you're good at to try to uncouple at least one of these dangly doodles.
Awesome.
Maybe if you shoot someone, I could go for like, let's see, if I can fly at 100 miles per hour right now and I become ethereal, then theoretically, if I'm still traveling at that same velocity, could I just body slam someone off that platform at 100 miles per hour?
Ooh, sure.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, because
they also body slam you at 100 miles per hour.
That is true.
Or do you both body slam each other at 50? 8th grade physics? Don't fail me now.
Well, good thing this is the world of Castle Falkenstein, and we're not playing GURPS, and we're not playing GURPS Castle Falkenstein.
Hey, so David, real quick on sharpshooting.
Yeah.
Do I obviously the only gun that I have right now is my revolver. So I don't know if my revolver has the range, or if I might suffer some kind of penalties, or if I'm going to have Iskander rip the roof off the train and then drop down into my room and get my rifle that way.
Well, unfortunately, the part of the train with your rifle on it is now a quarter mile behind you.
Yeah,
so
good. I mean, it was on my shoulder the whole time.
Right, yeah.
If you open a can of food, your rifle comes running back. And,
Yeah, just hold your hand out with your
with my Thor. What can I do that? Wait, what magic do I have?
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah, some kind of.
Can I just Thor my rifle to my hand? Because I would love that.
Fucking awesome, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be.
That would be amazing.
Alchemy and illusionary magic. I don't know.
Yeah, but you can do magic items. I mean, you can make what are they called? Hold on. Searching.
I definitely feel like with alchemy, right? If you have an affinity for something,
or
send it to your whim.
Grizzly Grant had alchemy and is a sharpshooter. He would have definitely have alchemized his rifle.
So what about this? I'm thinking alchemy in the sense that you have to sacrifice what it is to get what it is out of it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So to get a rifle, I would need some iron and some wood, and then I could make my rifle. Could I just hold my hand over the train and part of the train dematerializes and turns into my rifle?
Oh, like transubstantiation?
Yeah, like it transmutes into my rifle.
Ooh, I like
You
that
mean it-
too.
I'm like
Transmute?
near tears thinking about it.
Yes.
Near tears. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like it. So that's obviously going to be challenging. That's going to be a challenging bit of magic.
Fine with that.
Let's see here. So, boop-a-doo. All right. Oh, let's look at it. So, spell involves many complex elements. Yes.
Yes.
Range is touch. Okay. Subjects affected 1. Okay. Let's see here. And duration, I guess, would just be momentary.
Please, no more 5-minute spells. Not right now. Not right now. Not while there's a Gatling gun on the way.
All right. Let's see here.
And that alchemy is diamonds. Would that be pinnacles, if I'm thinking correctly?
Let's see. Diamonds.
Yeah,
all
diamonds is
forever.
pentacles.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I figured.
Okay. Gathering power. All right. This is the spell's thalamic energy requirement, plus the thalamic energy requirement's various definitions, minus the value of the adept's sorcery ability. Okay. Let's see here. Define. Okay, and your ability is good.
My ability is good, but I'm gonna play a card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play the world, which makes my sorcery great.
Ooh. Nice.
Nice.
Kra kra kra.
Okay. So we've got 7 plus the thalamic energy requirement of your alchemic thing. All right. Let's see. Where did that go? Oh, there we go. Universal alchemic 15. Okay, and you're at great, you say?
I'm at great.
Okay, so you need to gather 7 points of energy, and so this is a physical, obviously, bit of magic.
Right.
So start drawing.
And I draw from the sorcery deck, right?
Correct.
And I draw 4 cards?
You would just draw one at a time.
Oh, that's right. I draw one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what am I looking for?
So you're looking for wands, and if you don't have the wand, you can choose to play the card for 1 point, as per normal. However, if you end up using other what do they call them? Other suits in your spell, it creates something called harmonics, which is all kinds of fun.
Oh, sick.
So.
Okay. Okay, so I draw one at a time, and does something stop me from drawing cards?
Basically, as soon as you're ready. So you're drawing energy right now.
Oh.
And so, like for instance, if you had just drawn a 10 of wands, I don't know what you drew, but if you had drawn a 10 of wands, you could play that right now, and you could be like, done. That's 10 points. I only needed 7. I'm good to go.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I basically keep drawing until I have the amount of energy I need. Okay, great. So the first card I drew, I have no idea what it is. It's the skeleton with the scythe.
Oh, like death?
Death?
I don't think it's. I mean, it's 13, but there's no words.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wait.
death. 13 is death.
That's what I thought, but I was like, I don't know. Well,
I
I'm
think
not.
it's like the death needs no introduction kind of a thing. It's like the only one they don't give a title to because they're like, they
Oh,
know.
yeah, that's true. So
They know who it is.
if I did, then success often comes at a price. The dramatic character, which is me, automatically succeeds at the feat being attempted, which is great.
Ooh, nice.
However, for the next 3 feats the dramatic character attempts, no major arcana cards can be played, and all other cards are treated as they're the wrong suit.
Ooh,
Although they
how
remain
exciting.
the same color, if such is a thing. Okay.
Okay. Well, there you go. Well done.
All right. Well, I'm playing death then, and I automatically succeed.
Nice.
So I kneel down. I can see Breksta. Are you still in goose form?
No, I'm like a barely visible
Okay.
fog essentially.
Oh, okay. Sweet. All right. So I probably don't notice you, or at least not from this distance. So I kneel down and I put my hand just like an inch or two over the train, and I start focusing super hard. And all of a sudden, you see almost like Lego bricks, like tiles. Like everything is made out of these tiles. They just start like kind of folding down in these very like geometric shapes, and get like starting far away from me and getting closer and closer as like wood and iron from the rivets. No essential parts are this gun. No essential parts were harmed in the making of this rifle, and it finally makes my rifle. It's the exact same down to like the scratch in the butt of the rifle that I always have. And I pick it up and put it to my shoulder, and I look up, and I guess I'm going to take a shot if I still have the time.
Yeah, well, with that automatic success, I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, in that case, I'm going to take a shot at one of these fools at their, I keep wanting to say Rattling guns, but Gatling guns. I've been playing a lot of Warhammer. Marksmanship. My marksmanship is good.
Okay, cool.
And then do I play? Wait, well, hold on a minute. So for every feat, this is going to be tough. So
yes.
So every feat now, everything counts as one.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong one. So they're all worth. All cards are worth one. Is that right?
Are worth one. Yep, that's right.
Oof, death. Jeez. Okay. All right, well, so I got a 4, I guess, is my good. Or no, sorry, 6.
6, yeah.
6 because I played the world. So 6, 7, I'm going to just dump my hand. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
So 10's the max I can get on a feat right now.
Okay. So that means if you want to actually hit these guys, I found some good expanded range combat rules on the interwebs. If you want to actually hit these guys, you're going to have to aim for 3 rounds.
I love that.
What's not to love?
Yeah. Oh goodness gracious me.
Hey, you know what? I'll say this. It says it in my character sheet, I'm an old dog. I like things to take their time. So get ready for like the coolest earth-shattering magic. But it's gonna come at it. It's gonna take a little while.
You're like materializing a rifle out of like the roof of this train car, and then you're like, okay, just breathe, relax into it.
Yep.
Do you like lick your finger and like hold it up to test your velocity?
Totally.
Like, airspeed interference.
The doggone propellers is throwing off my velocity.
It's only building the tension, You got the little like rangefinder thing you're adjusting.
Yep. I totally pull the rifle out, and then I'm like, oh wait, and I pat around my jacket and pull out my spectacles and put them on.
And then you have to clean them with a little cloth, which you also have to find from another pocket.
Now, don't rush me. This is all going to take a few rounds.
Don't rush me.
So maybe in that time.
Yes.
Yeah, please, everybody.
If I go for the guy who's holding the crank there.
Yeah.
With my 100 miles per hour brief, corporealness. Hopefully at least just knock him off. Hopefully it'll cause enough confusion, right, that he's got some time to aim, and maybe everyone else also has some time to figure out unmooring some more of these clamps and whatnot.
I love the idea that you're still in goose form too, if that's the case. I don't know, but
well, I turned into a fog because I didn't want them to see me.
But you could be a goose. You could be a goose fog.
You know what?
Of course.
Is it whimsical?
You got that exceptional success,
yes,
so
I did. Oh, you know what? Then yes, I am a goose-shaped fog. So what they're going to experience, I hope, is nothingness suddenly just like a drive-by goosing. And then I would love for the gunner to
He's
get
gonna
just like
Fabio the shit out of them.
You got goosed.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm still a velociraptor-sized goose. I'm just invisible right now. I would love to rematerialize and just knock them down like bowling pins.
All right. Very good. So yeah, you did you
Excellent.
Game. All right, so yes,
Coming true.
Indeed. All right, so yet another guy. There's just so many Wilhelm screams going on. So many guys taking a fall. All right, so that's going on. So
rename it. It's going to be called the Boland Scream from now on.
Oh, okay, a Boland
knocking
scream.
These guys
Excellent.
left
yes.
and right.
Yes. Or at least a Wilhelm scream. So yeah, that does buy a little bit of time for Grizzly Grant to dial in his sights. I'm curious what Frederick's up to. What's Frederick doing?
Okay, so Frederick got to the top of the train car. Not a place that he really wants to be, but
nope.
You know. So
oh dear.
He hears this. See, what's the Duke's name?
Oh, yes, of course. Lord Dyer. Lord Anton Dyer.
Lord Anton Dyer. So here's Lord Anton Dyer, give us a call, and he's like, was is this clear the roof? And I do not understand. And then as he's going to help unhook the clamps, he goes, was ist das? And leans down and picks up a shiny silver piece, an Austrian Vereinstaler, and tucks it in his pocket, and I'm going to play the Sun card.
Oh.
Which is the dramatic character is blessed with an abundance of prosperity. For the rest of the session, they can hold a total of 5 cards in their hand instead of the usual 4.
Well,
That's
you go.
Cool.
That's dope.
And hopefully it's better than what I have right now as far as unhooking these things, because I get a lot of social cards here. So
okay, there you go.
Okay, good. So does that take my action? I might need to actually look at these. So let's.
Okay, if you want to look at them.
For now, yeah.
Okay, all right. How about Iskander?
So I'm helping Astrid try to tinker the blocking mechanism and disconnect it. So I think this is just a straight tinker, and I still have my tool satchel on me, so that might help if there's any little nuts or bolts or screws.
Yes, indeed. So I'm going to say this is pretty straightforward, especially for you with your good physique. Because you're just basically pulling these things open until they detach, right? So we'll say it's an average difficulty, and I'll say with each level of success you can get 1 uncoupled. So just try and get as many, as high a total as you can, and this could be either pentacles or wands, depending on if you're just trying to muscle your way through it, or if you're like looking for a way to kind of take the tension out of the spring mechanism, for example.
So unfortunately I don't have any wands or pentacles. I wish I had pentacles because I have the hermit, but I'm just lousy with swords and a little bit of cups, so I'm just going to do the old hand dump to try to bump it to, I guess, I guess.
Actually, you just played a hermit there, I see, as well. And you gain an intellectual insight into the problem at hand. Treat a single Pentacles card as if it were the suit of the ability being used for the current feat. Oh, you don't have any of those. Damn it.
Yeah,
all right.
But I don't have any Pentacles. So that's why I was like, damn it, if only.
Yeah. All right, so the hermit card doesn't do any good, unfortunately. So that's a +3, and your tinkering is good or great?
It's great.
Excellent. All right, so that's an 11, which is, let's see, that is at least double. Great. So that's all. That's you're good. You got a high success. So that is, you got three of these things decoupled from the car.
I'm suddenly reminded of my Bon Jovi. Whoa, oh, we're halfway there.
All right. How about Frederick there? You got an idea?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to discard a card here and get a new one.
Okay, sure.
Doubled up.
Absolutely. So there you go.
Okay. And we're saying that this is a Pentacles related task to uncouple these things?
I think for Frederick it would definitely be a Pentacles related task, yes.
Okay. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to go for a long shot here. I'm going to attempt to decouple, but I'm also going to play the Fool.
Ooh.
So the Fool, let's see.
That cursive card.
Quite unexpected occurs. And looks like you'll have to draw a card.
And I use the suit to guide me in creating a twist in the story. All right. Let's see what we got.
And I'll play.
All right.
Card
I got cups. Okay. Cups is emotional and romantic activities. Ooh. All right.
What did I miss?
He played the Fool, which is worked out really well for Breksta, but might blow up in Frederick's face. We'll see here. Something quite unexpected occurred. Draw a card used to guide them in creating a twist in the story. Okay, so it doesn't really have to happen immediately. I see. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, let me think on that. What about Astrid?
I do have an idea, David.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
I am romantically involved with a woman.
You are?
She could be on board.
Ooh, that is a possibility.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I'll keep that in mind. How about Astrid?
Well, I see Iskander has come over and like shown off with his muscles or whatever. And that's whatever, right? Okay, your tinkering's great. Good for you. So I am also going to uncouple as many as I can in the hopes of not being shown up at this time. Because I just got out of school for this. I gotta use my diploma for something.
Where'd you get that idea?
Of uncoupling?
You took a semester of conscious uncoupling.
Right. So I'm just gonna throw this little Pentacles down over here.
All right. The famous Greek hero Pentacles. Okay, great. So similar deal. We're just trying to build as many successes as we can. I think for the sake of poor Lord Anton Dyer, who's seeing his plans fall apart before his very eyes. Oh, but I don't have... Horses. I don't have any... Oh, I do have some pentacles. What is that, a 3? I have a 3 of pentacles. I can play that.
Do we get into a battle where I can spend more if I want to?
Let me see here. Good question. Let's see here. Alright, drawn from the fortune deck, use the augmenting type of feat. Cards do not have to be used to attempt a feat. Often abilities are enough to succeed. May also be used to enhance an already... fortune cards may also be used to enhance an already successful feat, making it even better. So, yeah, sure, why not?
Alright, so how many points do I need to still get the remaining clamps off?
What's your tinkering?
Good.
Good. And you played a king, which is... I'm boiling with rage. You're already at high success, actually. That 3 of Pentacles did nothing.
I got
it was
more
like the goggles. Yeah, okay, good. No, I don't. I don't want them, actually. You can keep your pentacles to yourself. All right, yeah, no, you're at high success here because, you were just confronted with a 7 versus your, what is that, 20? So yeah, you're good. All right.
So I get out my largest spanner and I'm just working on my little clamps. Doing my thing.
Okay. Now, all of that's going on. We've got Grizzly Grant taking aim. So I am going to have these guys start to open fire right before Grizzly Grant can really get his shot off, you know? So let me just look at my handy dandy reference chart here. Okay. All right. Character selects a 10-foot square section per available attack as the area to attack. Marksmanship rolls made against a target number of 15, or marksmanship draw rather. Target number of 15 successful indicates target is hit. Takes damage equal to being hit a single time by the weapon. Single square. Okay, good. All right. So I am going. This is how we're going to do it. They are going to open fire on the entire roof of the train car with the Gatling gun, and they have. Let me just check their marksmanship skill here. Okay, they have good marksmanship, so, and they need a 15, and that's a 6. So I'm going to go ahead and play my Ace of Wands, which I've been sitting on this whole game. Which makes a 20. So everyone who's on the roof of the car, with the exception of Grizzly Grant, can attempt to sort of, dodge or weave or hurl yourself to the ground or something to try and, get out of the way of this thing, basically. You'll just need to beat a target number of 20.
Can we help each other as far as you tackle someone into cover or something like that?
Sure, yeah.
Oh, could I have another card to see if I can actually survive?
Of course.
Thank y'all.
Same, please.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's right. You have a 5-card hand now. Fancy boy. There you go.
I also have 2 major arcana, so I need to ditch one.
Okay. Ditch away.
All right, can I be that player where I try to tell you why I should be able to use this suit that makes no sense?
Go for it.
So, knowing how these types of projectiles work and the material that they're likely made out of, and both of my older brothers are in aeronautics engineering and things like that, so I have some familiarity with all that stuff. Understanding our velocity and knowing all the tools and bullshit I have in my bag, can I use my mental capacity to kind of throw up my giant Mary Poppins bag to shield myself and hopefully also Frederick, because he seems very nice but very fragile.
Please, I got nothing.
All right. You can do that. That's fine. Oh, nice. Ace of Pentacles.
And I do have, I don't know, I have good tinkering. I have a great education for knowing this stuff.
Well, since you based it off your education, then yeah, obviously.
I have a great education. It's my best skill. Diploma.
All right. Nice. Wow. Is there anything that Mary Poppins bag can't do?
It's full of metal and wonder.
It might even have an armored bottom just to, increase its durability.
Yeah, so that my tools don't just fall out like a wet grocery bag.
Exactly. All right, how about Iskander? What are you doing?
So my plan was to tackle them into cover, but Astrid seems to have leaped to action and resolved that, so I just have to dive to cover myself. And I assume that the only cover available is the attachment points of the chains that were absconding with the engine car.
Yeah, that could be one thing, or you could just kind of hurl. You could take a page from the henchman's book and hurl yourself over the side, but actually this time think to grab onto it so you don't go flying. So you're hanging on the side of the car.
Swing down onto the deck, like.
Totally.
Okay. Yeah, I think swinging down onto the deck with a great leap and maybe the whole grab onto the precipice and to redirect your momentum so that you alight on the deck below and perhaps take cover near the Babbage engine.
Excellent. Works for me. So what do you got? You got some wands you can play? You got the death card you can play? All right. What does that do for you? Let's see.
You're muty again.
This sounds like a problem for future me, so we're just going to make it.
All right. Let's see here. Death. We just had death. Ah, yes. You automatically succeed at the feat being attempted. However, for the next 3 feats, you count all other cards as the wrong suit, and you cannot play any major arcana cards. That's right. Okay. Cool. So yeah, you make a dive for it, and just as you described, you very elegantly swing down onto the deck as the deck is peppered with bullets. So, Grizzly Grant, the way it's going to work with you is that we have established that you were aiming. We have established that you played some cards already to try and, take this shot as quickly as possible. This is going to be another opportunity for you to play yet more cards because at this point, where were we here? +3 and 17. Okay, so now that they are returning fire, you need to beat their target number of 20.
20.
But
oh, gosh.
the good news is you're at 17 right now.
That's right. Okay. And I can't play any major arcana cards.
Correct.
Everything else is a onesie.
Everything else is a 1. Oh my god. That is the worst. Okay, so question though.
Yeah.
Is this considered a second feat?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, well, I have to beat a 20 or match a 20?
You have to at least match it.
Okay, I can definitely match it.
Okay.
Playing 3 cards that nobody cares what they're for. They're all ones.
All right.
So I match a 20.
Yep.
And I have 1 cursed feat left.
You do. All right. So let me deal some cards out here. Okay. So, despite the rain of bullets coming down from on high, you keep your cool and you squeeze the trigger of your Winchester or whatever it may be and take a shot. So it was a partial success.
I'll take it. From this range, on a moving vehicle, while being fired at?
Yep.
I'll take
firing at some guys behind railings and a Gatling gun. I mean, it's not easy. Not easy.
Not easy.
So, you managed to hit. Okay, cool. So, I sent out a weapons table, didn't I?
I don't know. I have that email open actually, so I will see. You have a weapons.
There's a weapons table.
Okay. Does it happen to have a Winchester Model 1866 on it?
18. It does.
Right. Oh, great. What's the base damage on that bad boy?
Let me see here. Critical, is that wounds high, full, partial? Wounds partial?
Partial in this case.
1866. Wounds partial is going to be 4.
4 wounds. Okay.
Fia.
All right. So you squeeze off around and you get a guy like right through the shoulder.
Ow.
Yes. So it's enough to silence the gun at least.
That's good because I'm essentially spent for the next turn. I got to find something else to do.
I'm spent.
Yeah, I got to sit down and have a glass of water.
All right.
Yeah, rheumatiz is acting up. Damn this sciatica.
That's right. Got to take my glasses off and clean them.
Now,
yes.
in this moment, I mean, so this is an airship, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
As far as, like, the remaining balloons, like, how are they anchored to this platform? Are they ropes? Are they chains? Are they...
Steel cables.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Infernal machines.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to throw something out there. Getting back to the Fool card, because I'm picturing Astrid and Frederick sheltering under this gigantic carpet bag. So I'll leave it up to you as the players. But since I did pull the romance suit, this could be an opportunity for the two of you to look into each other's eyes.
Oh dear.
The top of a moving train.
Yeah.
Gatling gunfire.
Headliner, my giant, like hearing bullets just tink, tink, tink off the armored bottom of my bag.
Yep.
Cat butt in my face. So romantic.
It's so romantic.
You just you never know when your last day is going to be here. So pucker up, Buttercup.
Totally up to both of you. You know, it's. I'll come up with something else if that doesn't work. But I just thought it did occur to me that this would be an opportunity.
Okay. If we live.
Oh.
All right. Cool. So there's maybe a little moment, maybe a little frisson between the two of you. And, you file that away for later, like, not sure how I feel about that, but we'll revisit it. So, meanwhile, the gun has been silenced. Iskander, you are hanging off the side of the car.
I thought that I had leapt down onto the deck.
I'm sorry, you had indeed. You had leapt down onto the deck. Excuse me. What would you like to do?
So, we're still trying to defeat this thing, and it's
Indeed.
still attached. So we need to figure out a way to.
Is it attached, or did you get everything off?
You got
everything
rest
off,
of the
right?
doodles off, yeah.
Yeah, you did. You got all of them off. So actually, yeah, when you drop down onto the deck, Sasha comes running up to you, and she says, "What's going on up there? Now it's a Gatling gun? Is everyone okay?"
I must confess I cannot be certain, but I do think that Astrid and the good Herr Haas are sheltering behind Astrid's prodigious tool bag. I'll have to look into procuring one of those myself, should we live through this. But surely there's something we can do. I have my tool bag. Maybe with the components in this engine car, we may be able to devise something that might help us bring down that infernal machine that is firing upon us and our fellows.
Okay, so her eyes light up at the suggestion of this. You can tell that she's completely on board with that. Meanwhile, from within the car, Professor Reinhardt says, "I've instructed the analytical engine to speed up as fast as the track ahead will allow."
Yes, this sounds like a good start. Well, what do we have here? I'll start looking around to see what's available. Surely there's spare parts and engine pieces and cans of whale oil. I don't know.
Surely, indeed.
Gear, etc.
Indeed. So Breksta, what are you thinking?
Well, it's established that Lord Dyer's a hottie.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like some commotion up here could be helpful. So I would like to kind of try my same tactic and dive bomb him and try to like at least knock him down on the deck to kind of just throw things into mayhem. I'm hoping everyone is going to run to his aid and it's going to throw everybody off.
Yeah, at least pants him or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. Well, how to orchestrate all of this. Although I'm curious, I don't know if that's going to be as effective as maybe like sending him sprawling, maybe even knocking him into a consciousness. If I, angle it just right and manage to like knock him into a banister or something like that.
Okay, sure.
A giant propeller.
Yeah, knock him into a giant propeller, for example. All right.
A suit of armor and then the axe just.
How convenient. All right, so let's see here. Let's get a feat for that, and he has a good physique, so we'll need at least a good success.
Okay. Well,
to do anything.
If it's a matter of just like essentially like if it's a matter of just like blowing into him, right? Like kind of doing what I did before where I've got this like ultra speed, if I manage to like come out, is that something where I could use my physique as well to just sort of bowl into him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a good physique.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and just do a little card dump here.
Mm-hmm.
So bump it up by 4.
All right. So that would be good enough. Let's see, with a good half again, that would be good enough to get you a full success. Let me see what I can do. Aha! I have a 10 of wands. So that would, let's see, you got 4 on your good is a 10, and then the 10 of wands raises mine to a 16. Yes?
I was at least going to say, first, I would love some more cards. Also, since he's a hottie,
yes,
I would like to come at him not in goose form, but my own form, just to kind of like spice things up a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Lash of hotness right at him.
All right, let me give myself a card, and then I'll give you 4 cards. Okay, so I boosted up to a 16 against your 10. Mm-hmm. So that would turn your attempt into a failure. Mm-hmm. Okay, so failures are always resolved by the host using their best
Do I get more cards? Like, can I add more cards to that though, or is it kind of just one and done?
I think you can only play from the hand that you have. So once, like the redeal, it kind of happens after the technically should happen after the feat is resolved. Right. Yeah. So basically you ethereally goose into the bridge, or no, you don't even goose anymore. You ethereally move into the bridge.
Maybe that was a mistake. I should have stuck with the goose.
Maybe, but once you're inside,
away for future information.
Exactly. So once you're inside the bridge, you realize your mistake because you are surrounded by steel and iron, and so.
Oh, see, I thought he was like up on the bridge or on the deck.
Well, yeah. So the bridge, he's on the bridge actually, and so what you did is you etherealized your way through the glass of the bridge, and so now you're surrounded by this enclosed ship's bridge, and so
imagining like, a pirate deck,
oh yeah,
like
yeah.
the helm up on top.
Right. No, imagine more like an ocean liner kind of thing, So yeah, so once you're in there, you just you rematerialize and then you just kind of collapse at the feet of Lord Anton Dyer, who looks down at you and he says, "Well, so it is the little goose who has been causing so much trouble." Okay. So meanwhile, down on the train, we've got Iskander trying to figure out what is going on. We have Astrid and Frederick having a moment until the bullets stop falling, and Grizzly Grant, of course, still with his rifle. So what do you all want to do up there on top of the train?
I have one more cursed feat left that I gotta burn somehow.
You gotta burn this. Yep.
I don't know what to do. Can I can I shoot? I don't even know. Can I shoot one of the big claws and just make it easy on myself?
Yeah, or I mean, you could just start aiming again, I suppose.
Would that count as a feat? Do I draw cards for that?
Eventually you will play the cards, yes, but you can give yourself bonuses by aiming. So it kind of increases until after three rounds of aiming, you're at a +7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll start aiming again. But is there a way I can turn this into a feat, or can I go and try to rip the claw off? Because I got to perform this feat, because otherwise all my cards count as ones.
Right. So all the claws have actually been disengaged at this point.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So, so yeah, with the +7 and your marksmanship is good or great.
My marksmanship is good.
Good. So that brings it up to a 13, and you need a 17 to hit. So you could play a full hand and get another partial success.
The problem is I have two. Well, actually, I got to get rid of one of these, but I have two Major Arcana cards.
Okay. Remember that you can discard a Major Arcana card to get a full hand redraw as well.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so I guess none of it matters. I'm trying to hold on to one of these. But I guess that's not going to happen. So I'm going to discard the star to, I guess, theoretically get a redraw, right?
Okay, sure. So, yeah, let me just...
So then I discard my whole hand and I get a new whole hand?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, there goes the star and the Empress.
Ah, sad.
Bummer. That's okay. They'll come back.
All right.
Oh, jeez. Well, I got to discard the moon and the devil.
Oh, my God. All right. 2 more to you.
Somebody shed a tear.
Oh, we're all crying over here.
I know. All right. Well, yeah, I got to discard this. I can't play. Can I? Wow, jeez. I just keep getting... I got strength now.
God damn it.
Do I discard my whole hand, or do you just want to give me one more?
I'll give you one more.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Okay. I'm pretty sure this is another one. No, it's not. Never mind. It's a 3 of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So I'll play my whole hand now.
Yes.
We could have just saved our time. They all count as one anyways.
That's true. But you had to cycle the deck, right? So.
That's true. I had to cycle. I did it for you guys.
Yeah.
It's like blackjack.
It's like blackjack.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So so that will be enough to get another partial success. But it's going to take 3 turns of aiming.
Okay, great. 3 turns of aiming.
Yep.
I love that.
Can't get enough of it.
I
All
know.
right, so in the meantime, what are Astrid and Frederick up to?
I definitely think that I'd probably hold the bag up just a little bit too long after the bullets stop, and then some of the pages from like the lurid Penny Dreadful in my bag just go like whipping off in the wind on the side of the train, like all like, ooh, like it's a real lurid passage, I'm sure. Oh, I guess we should see what else we can do.
And Frederick's like, this was just books? It was stopping the bullets? Oh. And, like, sweat drips down his forehead.
No, I mean, there's metal, there's books, there's my tools, and I get to fix my bag when this is all done, so it's all really a positive.
Yes, it's the bright side of things. Okay, so what's the clamp situation right now? What are we looking at?
So the clamp situation is that you now have six dongles swinging in the breeze, okay. like so many tentacles, and yeah, I mean they're slightly dangerous.
Are they? But they're tantalizingly close.
They are tantalizingly close. Yes.
Okay. So and did we? So it's pretty obvious. We saw Breksta fly up. A ghost goose flying magnificently through the sky, through the window of the bridge on this flying platform.
Yeah.
Then anything else, or just did not emerge after that?
Nothing has emerged since.
Okay, so I will kind of pick up my cane and I'm going to try to hook it onto one of the dongles and, do I reverse Mary Poppins it?
You know what I'm kind of thinking, guys? Is maybe we should just climb up. I mean, is there a way we can just get up on the ship and start wreaking havoc?
Yes. The 6 ropes that are hanging down from the ship.
Let's go. Let's go.
This is like a video game cutscene that just like keeps like going and going, and you're trying to figure out like,
I mean, like, should I grab the?
Can I interact with those?
There's no
try clicking on it
for you, and they're like glowing and like changing color.
I've been stuck here forever. Like, what do I can click on these things?
I know, like, damn, this whole episode is gonna be us like fucking around on the train.
Get up there. At the beginning, I feel like such a rube because like. And now it's time for the next chapter, Battle in the Skies.
Battle in the Skies.
Like, nope, battle on the train tracks.
Battle down here on the train.
Battle right down here.
To be fair, that platform wasn't very, pandemonium on the platform or whatever it was supposed to be.
That's true. That's true. They don't always come true.
They're more grandiose.
And they were battling in the skies, like down.
Yeah. So I figured we were just observing the battling.
Technically, the battling is Breksta and this airship.
Yeah, Breksta was up there.
Chapter 3, Breksta in the sky.
That covers battling, right? That's
all right.
Yeah, that counts. That counts.
All right. So I'm like, let's go.
Good idea.
I've got good physique. I'm willing to do some climbing.
You won the Presidential Medal of Fitness Award for rope climbing.
I did 50 sit-ups.
I have a bad ankle and took all social skills. Let's do this. We go.
Oh no, it's rope climbing.
In my bag. And
I'm having gym class flashbacks right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Get up there, Fritzy.
What's wrong with you? All right. Okay, fine. So meanwhile, Iskander, just to kind of push the plot in a certain direction, you really aren't finding anything because, this is like basically a server room, for the engine. So it's actually pretty clean.
Okay. I feel like maybe Professor Reinhardt, being much smarter than maybe all of us combined, would probably like suggest like maybe we should take the fight to them or something like that. Especially
yeah.
her daughter has such an adventurer's spirit. She's all Tomb Raidered out and shit like that, so she might,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna go punch him in the mouth or something.
Yeah, exactly. So Professor Reinhardt says, I have the train to maximum speed, but as long as that airship is overhead, we're not out of danger yet.
All right, we're picking up on your hints.
What does she mean by that?
Yeah.
But I mean, overhead. Define overhead.
What if we
Like,
just hit the brakes then, and then it's like,
there's something in the overhead storage. I don't. What did she say?
You gotta be clear.
like
Hit the
we're
brakes and they go
overhead.
kill.
I feel like there's a lot of
you're
miscommunication.
All right.
Overhead.
Does anybody have poor athletics? No. Okay. Great. You can all climb the ropes. No problem. It's an average athletics task. So up you go. Okay.
So while I'm waiting for everyone to climb,
Yep.
I'd like to throw this bad boy down to see what my options fully are.
Oh shit. All right. Let's see here. The sun, eh? You're blessed with an abundance of prosperity, and you get 2 new cards. Okay, good. All right. Let me just recall that one first, and then a deal. A 2.
For the
There you
rest
go.
of the sesh. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Excellent.
Yeah, between that and Frederick's larger hand size, we're gonna. Things are about to get real.
Things are about to get real. So Sasha actually accompanies you, Iskander, up to the roof of the car at her insistence, and watches you as you climb up those ropes.
Excellent.
All right.
I'd like to
Yes.
think that I would maybe offer her a hand of assistance, only for her to be like, and like bat it aside and clamber past me or something like that.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is actually the most adventure and excitement she's ever experienced in her life. So right now, it's more like you're inspiring her to her future deeds through your actions. So you better be a good example.
I do have a good athletics, so I feel like I've climbed many a rope in a bathhouse in my day. I mean that literally. It's not a euphemism.
I was gonna say.
All right. So let's see here. Okay, so you are climbing up. So basically, these cables are hanging from the superstructure of the airship that juts out over the rest of the ship itself, the ship proper, if you will. And so as you climb, you all are going to be coming up alongside the ship in various places. But we will just say that yes, you are all able to convene amidships, as it were, somewhere behind the bridge.
All right, I'm gonna look around and be like, what do we do? What's the plan?
So you've all entered through various hatches and windows. This is an enclosed space. There's a large door, as well as some stairs and a landing leading down. Everything's very fancy, like nice wood paneling, polished brass, etc.
On our way up and in, can I just make note of the locations of any ornithopters that I saw on my way so I know how to get down if I need to?
Of course. So the ornithopters are also up in the superstructure above you. They're like lifeboats, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
I would like to make it known. Well, first of all, while I'm up here, I look uneasy. Grizzly Grant does not like flying. So this is I may get seasick, quote unquote, or
Uh-huh.
I don't know what's going to happen. But I've probably only been above ground once or twice before, but I do not like it.
All right. Yeah, you're getting a view of the countryside that you'd hoped you'd never see.
Well, just thinking about how ships and such usually work, if we want to do some damage, I'm assuming we'd want to go where the important people are on the ship, which is typically the bridge.
Indeed.
Well,
There's
I'm fine
always
with
the
that.
engine room.
Oh, if we just want to destroy things, but I don't know where Breksta went.
Also,
Well-
I don't know if we want to scuttle the ship while we're on it.
Probably not a good idea.
I think we need to take care of these goons first. I'm about to start blasting.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I need to improvise a weapon if I can. I mean, I'm myself woefully unprepared.
Do you have marksmanship to any degree?
No, just average marksmanship.
Okay.
Not really
So
have any combat skills. I'm all physique and athletic.
Interesting.
All horsepower, no technique.
Would athletics work for like thrown weapons?
Ooh, I'd say so. Yeah.
I mean, so if you have tools.
Yeah.
I did,
Yeah.
and I have experience too.
Hammer.
Just start
that
just
spanner,
chucking spanners. Yeah. There you go.
So we got to look around to see if there's anything immediately to hand that I can, quickly finagle into a, javelin or similar.
All right. Let's see here. So you're in kind of like
Or something like that.
yeah, you're in sort of like a it's obviously like just a pass through sort of area, but there are exits out of this area in both directions,
Are there any henchmen like right around us, or are we pretty much by ourselves right here?
Seem to be by yourselves for now.
Okay, so I will ask Katsibu to take us to Breksta.
Ooh,
I like that.
good thinking.
I forgot we had the cat. Awesome.
Yeah, he was scaling up that cable.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
He was
figured we each had our own, including Katsubu, just like.
Oh my god. That's true. Okay, so the cat leads you towards that large door.
I check for traps.
Good thinking.
Good thinking. Yeah.
I get out my 10-foot.
What is the door's app?
It's a sturdy door. It's handsome in its own way. So what you can see is there's this door, wood paneled wall, etc., etc. There are also to either side of you glass doors that lead out onto some exposed catwalk that seems to go out and circle around the superstructure that lies beyond the door.
Grant's going to look around before we move any further, and he's going to be like, wait a minute, where's Breksta?
I think she's behind the store. I will draw my sword cane and put my hand on the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Look to my compatriots.
I shoulder my rifle and get out my 6-shooter.
Okay.
And seeing no immediate complaints or negative reactions to this, I will throw the door wide and rush in.
All right, so you throw the door wide and rush in. What you see before you is a large ship's deck with a gigantic wheel and helm and an array of different communication tubes, brass communication tubes going to different parts of the ship, tables for navigation, etc., etc. And you see various crewmen and pilots and other members of the crew. You see a few more of these uniformed henchmen, and of course there is Lord Dyer, and you can tell by the look on his face that he was waiting for you. He is holding Breksta, who after all is only about 4 feet, right? So he's holding he's holding Breksta, and he's most cruelly pressing his steel saber against her neck, and a little bit of like smoke is coming off of it where the steel is biting into her flesh. And of course, Breksta, you know that that kind of a close proximity to any kind of iron-based material is downright crippling. It's not impossible for you to do something, but it is going to raise the difficulty quite a bit in terms of any kind of feat.
I'm gonna shout at this dude and be like, all right there, partner, let our friend go, and all you can walk away.
Oh yes, we can cut a deal indeed. I am more than happy to let your friend go, but in return, you walk away from this whole situation. All I want is the engine. I want the analytical engine and the brain that developed it.
Never.
Yeah.
We will never do that. Not for all the butter in Smoland. It's
You
an
heard
actual thing.
You heard the lady.
Yeah, I feel like Sasha would also, almost like there's an echo. Never.
Yeah. Yeah, so she gasps as well, and she's like you are shameless, absolutely shameless. What right do you have to lay claim to my mother's invention? At which point we have a dramatic monologue. Let me just get it queued up here.
Yay!
All right,
Monologue, guys. Just watch.
All right, so he says, well, you have already seen the incredible power of my airship. It far outstrips those of Bayern in terms of size and capacity, but it is still vulnerable to attacks from those aeroships, much as a tiger can be stung by a wasp. But with Professor Reinhardt's invention and just a bit of tinkering, I shall be able to strike at the Bayernese aeronavy, or even the Albatross itself, swarming them with remotely controlled ornithopters. With the punched card shuffler feeding them quick instructions, my unmanned squadrons will outmaneuver any other air vehicle, striking them down with precision and without worry of cowardice or panic on the part of the human pilot. Once I have claimed the skies, my power will allow me to overcome any that stand in my way.
So I'll step forward.
Mm-hmm.
You speak of cowardice, and yet you hold a sword of steel, to the neck of one of the Fey folk. I question not only your bravery, but your very honor. And I'm going to play social, which is, let's see, what is this? Social graces, I believe, is my skill.
Yes.
I'm going to twist the knife, so to speak. And I'm also going to play the Ace of Swords.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
Remove your sword, coward.
Damn.
Must
All
be
right.
nice to have numbers.
Must be nice to have numbers and things. All right. Oh, but you cleared your curse, didn't you? Or do you still have one more to go?
I still have not performed a feat.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you did. You just didn't play any cards for it. You automatically succeeded at the feat of climbing those ropes.
Oh, okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. It still counts as a feat, even if you don't play cards. It's just anything that involves any of your ability. So.
I think earlier I rolled when those guys first showed up, the henchmen with the D's, and I rolled to see if I knew who they were, and I think I got a fairly high success, right?
Yeah, you got you got literally a high success. Yeah.
So I know a fair bit about this Lord Anton Dyer. guy.
Yeah, you
I
were
know
just
that-
kind of going through his facts on file recently, so...
Okay. So I know that he is honorable, but is also, as it says here, will let nothing get in the way of his plans.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing this, knowing how single-minded he is, but also trying to just play on that honor, play on that, I'm going to throw in a 7, or is that a 6 of swords?
That would be a 7.
7.
Like a
Okay, so
7.
I'm going to throw an ace and a 7 just to really try to...
Or no, it is a 6. Yeah.
6.
All right. All right. So, wow, an ace and a 6. So that's 21 points total. You have social graces of what then? Is it good or great?
It is good.
Okay, so that's a 6. So that's 27. Good lord. All right. Let's see here. Maybe we can slightly do something here. All right, so what does he have? He also has social graces of good. Unfortunately, I don't have any swords, sadly. But I'm looking at the dueling rules, and I am thinking that we can just apply those here. But it's a social duel, right? So...
Okay.
That's normally equates to an incapacitated if this were a sword duel, right?
He just passes out.
Yeah, he just faints. He's so outraged. He's like, oh,
He
God
swoons.
damn it. He swoons. So, all right. So you lay that down, and he looks at you, and then he kind of sneers, and he says, "We'll meet again," and he throws Breksta at you, and then begins running towards the back of the bridge.
Only
That
proving my
cad.
point.
I would like to fire upon this coward.
You just want to gun him down.
I kind of want to gun him down.
Like platoon style, he just...
Yeah, I don't want to kill him. I want to like pop his leg, you know.
Yeah,
Cap him, yeah.
Kneecap
Yeah, I
him.
want to
Okay.
kneecap him. So we might have a chance to take him in, or the next time we see him, he's got a limp.
Ooh, I love
And
it.
we laugh at him.
That's that's ableist. We.
Frederick has a limp.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Hey.
you're cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
that's a cool limp.
So the ableism balances out. It's fine.
That's right.
Oh Lord. All right. So yeah, cool. Snap off a shot. Let's see here. So this is going to be a lot easier than with your rifle, since you're more or less you're at short range. So you just need a target number of 14 with your good marksmanship. I'll get these numbers memorized eventually, but with your good marksmanship, that equates to needing 8 points from your cards.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I were to increase the requirement of the current feat, what would my numbers increase to?
Well, it's not so much increasing the target number, it's trying to get over, like getting multiples of the target number. So if you get half again, so if you get 21, that's a full success. If you get a 28, that's a high success.
Okay, so I have temperance. I just don't quite understand it yet.
Okay.
It says the requirement of the current feat is increased by 1 step from good to great, for example.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mhm.
But the value of the cards played to resolve the feat increases by 1.
The value of any cards played to resolve the feat increases by 1. Interesting. So any cards you play are 1 point higher than normal. So like an ace would be a 16, a 9 would be a 10. Yeah.
But would that does that mechanically do anything?
It makes it more likely that you will hit one of those multiples I was talking about.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll play Temperance. Might as well. I really want to get this full.
Yeah.
I don't like him. So I'm playing swords, I guess, right? Because I'm gunning this guy down.
Let's see here. That would what is marksmanship normally? Spades?
I think
Or
so?
clubs? Hold on, let's see.
Oh wait, yeah.
Marksmanship.
I think it's wands, actually.
Yeah.
Wands?
Yeah.
Oh, is it wands? Oh, okay. I thought it was
It
swords.
is.
I was playing swords last
Yeah,
time.
clubs.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, well, they're all counting as one, so yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
All right, yeah, that would be wands.
Okay. So let me see here. Well, I don't have any wands.
Well, but now your out of suit cards all count as 2 instead of 1 because you play temperance.
Oh, look at me.
Heyo, yeah.
Dang, I thought it was swords. Okay, well, if that's the case, well, dang, what am I supposed to? Can I not play Temperance?
Well, you could say I'm laying down this major arcana to get a new hand.
There you
that
go.
would be fine. Okay.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah. All right. Lay those down.
Let me get all of those.
All right.
Your
Let's see. Yeah. All right. Hopefully that's better for you.
This is a bit better. Give me 2 seconds here while I look up
Sure.
my new major arcana. I feel like I always get a major arcana.
I hardly ever do. Which is fine, because as the host, I cannot play them.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm not going to play that major arcana right now. So this is wands. So I'm going to be playing, and this is just straight up because I played my last major arcana as a mulligan.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we go. Here's a, what is that, 5, 6, 7, 8?
Perfect.
8
All right,
plus-
that's...
What is it, 4, 12?
let's see here. You're good. You're good in marksmanship.
I am good at marksmanship.
So that's actually plus 6.
Oh, sick.
So yeah. So that's exactly your target number. Which would normally be a partial
partial.
success. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw out a page of wands to make that a 25.
Oh,
And also a 5 of wands to make that a 30.
damn! I should have played my major arcana.
Oh no. All right. Okay. So that turns that into a fumble for you.
Damn. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take the penalties.
So let me just redeal you. Oh, wait, first of all, I have to recall these cards. This would go a lot faster if they were actually physical cards. All right. All right, so there's yours. And I take 2. All right, so.
I gotta change one in here.
Okay, sure.
If you want me to do that beforehand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Let me make sure which one I want here.
Okay, so a fumble, huh? Interesting. So obviously you're not going to hit Lord Dire. I mean okay, yeah, no, I'll go with the obvious and most cruel option. So you do a quick draw on that bad boy, but of course Breksta is still stumbling forward. And as you squeeze off the round, you realize in the same instant that she is right in the line of fire.
Oh no!
And she takes the bullet instead.
Oh, I immediately run to her. Like I want to catch her as she's falling. You know.
I love it. Super dramatic.
Yeah. Like I drop my gun. My greasy hat blows off. Yeah, and I go and I like catch her like hold on, where's my camera? With both arms.
Oh, and it's so sad. I weigh like nothing too.
I know.
Just
Oh.
like
I'm like, you poor little thing. I'll never be able to forgive myself.
All right. And meanwhile, Lord Dyer, in the manner of all great Falkensteinian villains, was running for a little trapdoor, which he then drops down through.
So cool.
And then the rest of you see through the windows of the bridge almost instantaneously, like way too fast for it to be plausible, but it's for comedic effect, if nothing else. Him on an ornithopter, just like motoring off, yeah, exactly.
Like he drops down the trap door and he's already like 50 yards away somehow. Like,
yeah, like instantaneously, he's just in the ornithopter and he's heading out.
Like, is that a body double? Like, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, so he has abandoned his crew to their fate, and obviously Breksta, you're going to be okay. I'm not going to kill you, yeah. So basically, you managed to drive him off. You have this crippled airship at your command now. So what's the next move?
Oh, dude. I gotta get off this thing before I puke.
Breksta's like, I know exactly how you feel.
I mean, or we have an airship, just saying.
I think the answer is obvious, right? Crash it into the Eiffel Tower.
That's correct.
There you go. It's the only way to be sure.
Which direction is he headed?
He is headed south towards the Alps.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like an obvious skull-shaped lair or anything that we can see?
Yeah.
There's like
Evil chalet.
It's where all the ravens are circling over the ski chalet.
Okay, cool.
I mean, how far away can he be? We still have Gatling guns. The maximum range on those is 600 yards. So,
Oh, how delightful! Yeah, we just take him out.
I could just like
shoot into the air.
charge off after one.
Well, you've got this whole crew to deal with as well. So
That's true.
Oh, that's
Are they-
true.
What are these fools gonna do? Are
They're
they
not
gonna
alone.
Are they gonna fight us?
Well, so yeah, the crew, the non-henchman crew, are just like completely, unsure of what to do. The henchmen are kind of like nervously eyeing you and like looking at each other. They've got their hands on their saber hilts and on the handles of their revolvers, but they haven't drawn anything yet. And one of them just says, it's okay. Nobody else needs to be hurt. You can leave. We will not detain you.
I know dice and no dice. This is no dice.
Wow.
So you're funny. I was about to say the same to you.
Oh right, yeah. I would. I'm gonna play a card real quick if nobody minds. It's mainly just for me, but it's the Wheel of Fortune, where I discard my entire hand and I get 6 cards in return.
Jesus.
And then
Eventually somebody's gonna end up with like 20 cards in their hand.
Well, I have to discard 2 of them, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, except you only have to discard 1 because you also play. Oh no, that you did not play the sun. I'm losing track of who played the sun.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you do have to discard 2, but I'll deal you 6. There you go.
Thank you. And oh jeez, oh gosh, this is a tough one. Okay. Someone else can act while I do math.
How about Frederick, the diplomat? You wanna try and talk your way out of this?
Yes. So I'm with Grant. I don't think we're going anywhere. I think they're bluffing, and I'm going to call them on it. I just don't know how. Let me see.
I think you're bluffing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I call your bluff.
So I will. All right, so I'm going to utilize my performance skill and try to intimidate whoever the henchman seems to be taking lead. I'm assuming one henchman is kind of stepping forward to be the spokesperson for the other henchman.
Yeah, he's like the senior corporal or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to step forward. Do you know who I am? I'm the personal attaché for Her Highness, the Empress of Austria. And you have one chance, and one chance alone, to get out of this with your hide intact. And that's to turn over the airship to us. And I will... Let's see. I'm trying to figure out which cards to play here. So I will... Would you say that... that's probably social, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to play the Seven of Swords.
Okay.
Now, I have a question here regarding a Major Arcana card.
Yes.
I have the Chariot,
Ooh.
which says that it isn't luck the dramatic character possesses, but honest skill. When the Chariot is played, the player can choose to return one card they just played back to their hand after the feat is resolved. So I was hoping that maybe I could double down.
Oh, right.
So I'm going to then just dump everything else.
Okay, sure.
And that gives me a total of 10 to my good performance skill. I'm guessing performance or possibly connections. They're both good.
Oh, yeah, I like connections. That works.
Connections? Okay, so the same they're both good. Plus, so 16, is that 16 total?
16, okay. Now let's see here. So you're basically giving them an ultimatum that were they to give into it would mean imprisonment or possibly even execution at the hands of their cruel master. So it's going to be a tough sell. They're not too into it. They're not too hyped on it. But with a 16 against their good courage, okay.
Is there any, could I do something to cause a trouble that might help?
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm thinking that between my perception and my tinkering and whatnot, I should be able to notice with my mental prowess something where I could be like, oops, and hit it where I know it's a fully reversible issue, but it's going to make it seem like this ship is having problems. So maybe their best bet is to evacuate.
All right, that'll be a good backup plan in case. Let's just see how this works here. So basically, what did you have, Alex? A 16?
Yeah, because good is 6, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, yeah, so 16 total.
16 against a 6, so that is more than double. So normally that would be a high success. I don't have any swords myself, but if I dump my hand, that makes it a 16 against a 10, which at least brings it down to a full success. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'll just do that. And then, all right, so I'm going to say with a full success, so you you do a little name dropping, and obviously they're having to weigh Lord Dyer's wrath against possibly getting the Empire of Austria on their asses, which would definitely not be a good thing either. So the corporal looks around and he says, well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We can help you pilot this ship to a neutral harbor, and then you can get off and we will take it back to Trevania with our solemn promise that we will not use it to bother the people of New Europa any longer.
To be fair, my head shakes are not in character because my character trusts everyone. They're all going to do the best thing possible. But Rainey is like, oh yeah, just we won't use the warship for war.
Yeah, just let's keep it. We'll just put it in a museum. Or something, yeah.
No, they'll use it for peaceful purposes, like harvesting things.
That's right.
Yeah.
With the noodly appendages.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll say that for Astrid, you have indeed noticed a steam valve cooling crank. You know that if you turned the crank a little bit, it would start leading to something overheating, and then of course you could open the valve back up again to cool it back down. But it would no doubt cause some alarm bells to go off. You know.
All right, so I'm gonna kind of give a look at Frederick because he's the one who's kind of driving the situation. Like, I can do something, but maybe they're telling the truth.
I could also. I'm pretty prepared. I don't know how possible this is, David.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I'm primed and prepped to kill all of these guys.
Yes. You could just fall back on wanton murder. Absolutely.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Of course, you're still cradling Breksta at this point, so...
I am, but my cradled fairy friend could be gently set down. And a hail of gunfire could erupt.
I was inquiring.
Yes.
Considering my form is only corporeal because I choose it to be. Like, what would be involved in terms of, like, healing that damage that
Yeah. So, I mean, basically, if you want to try and go ethereal... It's just a higher difficulty because you have a chunk of lead in you. So
sure,
you know.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
Okay.
Do you
I'm imagining
feel
just like this slug just like
that?
dropping to the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. Like the ghost in the Matrix. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool.
Ta-da!
Yeah. I want to keep this bullet. I'm gonna keep this bullet.
Yeah.
Gross.
As like a I don't know, something. I'll come up with something.
The symbol of your hubris.
Oh, totally.
Nice.
I'm gonna discard a major arcana, Dave. I'll need another one. Another card, that is.
All right, and while this is kind of shaken down, I'm just gonna give like this very like comely, dramatic sigh, and then just dissolve into like a golden mist kind of a thing.
I keep my hands just as they were when they were holding you.
Let's see how fine a mist this is.
Yes, indeed.
So,
what is your etherealness normally?
It's an average.
Average. Oh, okay. So
Fit up with this guy because I'm really tired of being here.
Nice. Perfect. Excellent. So let's see here. With that, that's good for a 14 to your average, which is an 18. You needed a 12, so that is good enough for a full success.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So you, you know, and you need one more card, right, Jade?
Oh yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you are now free of the shackles of iron. No doubt you still have a bit of a headache just from being surrounded by all this metal. But what would you like to do?
I actually need to discard one really quick. I'm just trying to compare what my things are. Oh. You know what? No, I feel like not doing that right now.
So, what do you guys think? Should we kill all these guys, or should we be like, you work for us now? Because I don't know.
Maybe
you could do the power play.
Like you could kill one of them as an example, or just the henchmen, the military type dudes, because I feel like the crew members, that just like fly the thing, they're working dudes, like, you know what I mean? Like,
those guys,
I don't know.
Those guys, the crew, I'm like, you guys work. I'm the captain now,
Exactly.
But the guys who are standing there with like their hands on their sabers, I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna have to shoot all your hands off and then let you go. I don't know.
Yeah, if you could fan the hammer on those dudes and drop all of them,
That's
and
kind of what.
then like, all right, crew.
Yeah.
You want to like get in line or
David,
and then, you know,
what numbers are we looking at for me to deadeye 6-ish guys, or however many dudes there are?
We'll say for the sake of
Actually,
drama.
that is my question. How many henchmen total? Like, for this large airship,
Mhm.
there's this, like, neutral-ish crew.
Mm-hmm.
How many henchmen are left over, including how many henchmen are, like, in this room?
Well, all you can say for sure, of course, is how many are in this room, which would be 5.
Okay.
I did
Yeah.
get to fly around the ship earlier, though, so I'm kind of curious.
True. There are some internal crew quarters, though, so you
Oh,
can't
sure.
be completely sure. Yeah.
No, but if we know there's 5 in here...
There's 5 in here, and then there were 6 out on the Gatling gun platform because there were
Sweet.
3 on each gun.
That is
So.
approximate enough for me.
Well, if there's 5 in here, I can
Yeah.
take them all out without reloading.
Yes, you can. Now, in terms of difficulty level, obviously, trying to gun down 5 guys at once is quite a feat. So you would need an extraordinary success, which is a value of 12, and you would want to get a full success on that if you actually wanted to kill them all. So.
Well, I'm game. I'm waiting on y'all.
Success.
you have a death card.
I have no.
Those work really well.
Automatically succeed.
Dude,
Just,
yeah.
you know what? Just
Yeah. See ya. I think I could get them all.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident based on what I did to the Confederates that I could.
Based on some war crimes that you'd rather forget,
That's right.
but still haunt you at night.
I never said I was a good man.
No. Well, we talked about the different types of heroes last time, so obviously you are going with the, what was it called? It wasn't the anti-hero.
I'm the tragic hero.
The tragic hero. There we go. Yeah.
I had some friends in the Taos Revolt.
Yep.
Yeah. I won't say
If I
which
notice
side.
that this is going to murder, I might start overheating shit. But if I don't know that I'd suspect that you're going to murder because I don't expect that of people.
Is it?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
Dave,
Yeah.
Yeah.
is it safe? So my prime skill, my great skill is perception.
Okay.
So is it safe to say that I could quickly, with a glance, read all of my friends' kind of like body language?
Yeah,
and see if
absolutely.
everyone's itching for a killing, and like
Especially
you
'cause
know-
I'm doing the I can overheat it eyebrows like
Yep. Yeah, you know exactly what Astrid wants to do. You know exactly what Grizzly Grant is ready to do. You can see that. You just noticed that Breksta dematerialized, so no doubt she's about to get up to some shenanigans.
all right, so it's going down. Okay.
We're a powder keg about to explode, buddy.
And of course, with Iskander, I'm just gonna say that Sasha is just like kind of she can't stand the tension, so she's like pressing herself up against you, like grabbing your vest, like biting her knuckle with her other hand,
There's our the full romance.
Exactly.
I'm now fully distracted because I was having all those equations fly past my head, like maybe barely noticing Grizzly's plan, thinking like, okay, if he straight like murks the henchman and then we have to cow the crew, I can fake the funk and just step up and be like, yes, I'm quite familiar with this airship. I can fly it no problems. And so like, the implication being you're expendable, so
Right.
get on board. Now all I can think of is, the supple form of the young Sasha pressing me to my side.
Yeah,
It's much too distracting to think of anything.
I think I'm waiting on what Haas is doing. Like if Haas is like, we're done here, bullets are gonna start flying.
If I may,
Specifically 5.
Yes, of course.
can I discard a Major Arcana to get a fresh hand?
Oh, sure.
Sweet.
As we're all getting ready for our shenanigans.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so all right, so this henchman gave his suggestion. He said he'll drop us off in a neutral territory. He'll take the floating platform of death away and turn it into some kind of floating tractor of agriculture or something.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The people's airship. Yeah.
and so then I'll do a quick scan. It's like, really like close on everyone's eyes, seeing them eyebrows fluttering and trigger fingers twitching, and just quick, realize everyone's ready to throw down. I'll turn back to the henchman and say, you make an interesting offer, but perhaps this counter offer will suit you better, and I will draw my saber and run him through.
Ooh, shit.
Wait, who? Just one? Do I start shooting?
Yeah, that's it. I will attempt to run him through.
You'll attempt to run him through. Okay, so this takes everybody by surprise, obviously. Let's have a saber duel, or a sword cane versus saber duel. I mean, not a duel. That's.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if this was like a gentleman's duel, I might wait to see.
Right. No, we're just gonna see. We're gonna see if you can run him through or not. So, what is your fencing?
Yeah, this is straight up six-fingered man style. Just going right through it. My fencing is good.
Okay.
And I'm going to throw in a little.
Oh shit! Oh,
Lowry.
Wait a minute! I played those 2 cards earlier. Hoisted by my own Picard. All right, so let's see.
The chariot to take the page of wands back before you can snag it from me.
Son of a bitch! All right, so.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, that's good. It's good card playing there. All right, so 16 plus your good is 22. They have a great fencing, which is an 8. I do not have any wands, so 22, and I do not feel like reducing your high success any further. So yeah, that's a high success. So you do indeed run him through, just right through the heart.
Okay. Alex, do you want to narrate that before I start shooting?
So I in one fluid motion draw my sword cane, and perhaps before this fellow even knows what happened, my sword is hilt deep in his chest. I am close, kind of like head to ear level, and the rest of you see that I whisper something to him, although you cannot hear what it is.
Oh.
And then I draw the sword out with a spray of blood and push his body to the ground.
Damn.
Oh.
Will that secret statement be recorded in your diary, perhaps?
Ooh.
Oh, you know it. Well,
yeah.
Maybe a hint at it.
All right, so to get the page of wands back, you just right-click over it and say take card. Okay, so wow, good job. So basically, the head of the snake is chopped off, and the other henchmen all immediately throw their hands up.
Okay, I was waiting for that.
Yeah. the hammer is just getting pulled back.
Yeah, first audibly.
Yeah. All right. Good. So that is, I think, an excellent place to wrap it up. And so basically, you are now in possession of an airship. Congratulations there. Santiago, if you want the romance subplot to apply to Iskander and Sasha, we can do that instead. It's totally cool. You managed to prevent Lord Dyer from stealing the analytical engine and Professor Reinhardt, so there will be some follow-up on that as well, no doubt, from a grateful professor.
Phenomenal.
Good job, everybody. And I'll just the little epilogue is going to be Astrid climbing down the ladder into the engine room to get a look at this baby, turning around and looking at all these turbines that are all glowing with a sickly green light, because the thing that makes Travania kind of a unique little kingdom is that it sits on top of a rich vein of radium.
We need
Great. Wonderful.
Yes.
You just like feel it, like radiating literally those at you.
Exactly.
No wonder I feel extra sick.
Exactly.
Ow, my DNA.
And
I
climb
need
back
that.
up with an extra arm, like grabbing the ladder.
Yeah. You don't want to meet the engine room crew.
I just want to play this out. Hold on, real quick. Maybe I can play it out, but just seeing that if I was gonna murk these dudes, it would have been a Knight of Wands.
Oh, okay.
To get whatever success level I got.
Right.
And then after that, the tower would have bumped it up one level.
Oh shit! Yeah, you would have gunned him down. Yeah.
So that would have been 5 or 6 headshots.
Woo!
Six because one of them got twice.
I love that Grizzly Grant is like this fucking just deadly assassin. You know, it's just like he's like this feeble old man, but it's like, you don't want to make him mad. Like seriously.
I love the idea that actually, like in Grizzly Grant's head, that actually did play out. And like, all kind of like, and then afterwards, like all the henchmen are coming up to him like, "Hey man, it's kind of cool we're on the same team now, right?" No hard feelings, right? And like, kind of cool. Like his eye twitches, like
it's like in my mind's eye, I saw a bullet through each one of your veins.
Totally, yeah. Like I just like put my hand on one of his shoulders. I'm like, "You were the one who got it twice."
Yeah, I don't like to leave a bullet in the cylinder, so you know.
Right. If I'm gonna reload, it's got to be all of them.
That's.
But totally, like in my mind, Grizzly Grant is totally like an American folk hero. You know, like a legendary sharpshooter. So it's good that the cards are helping me fulfill that.
Although you only have 5 bullets because you already let out 1.
Oh, hey,
oh,
I got
that's
it.
right.
I got it right here.
Exactly enough.
If you were allergic, I wonder if there's a way I can like shellac it and like give it to Breksta.
Just in case of friendly. Oh, I was gonna. I thought you were gonna say like for all of your future bullets, shellac them.
Shellac them for you.
In the event of friendly fire.
Well, you could probably cast it in, you know, a non-ferrous metal, you know, and give her a pendant or something.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Although all of this gunslinging has me thinking, you know, just in my own head, and so I'm certainly mulling over the advent of the bullet age.
Well, it's a good one. Let me tell you, it's a good one to live in.
Get with the times.
That's right. Yeah, but not too far ahead. Just a little far.
Yeah. So in terms of like the story structure and everything, you know, next time we'll kick it off with a new story arc. So anyone who's wounded is going to be healed up, and you know, some time will have passed and that kind of thing. But we'll decide what you guys did with your airship too. I might, if I can remember, try and resurrect an old favorite. Jade, you know about it, the midweek taster. Which was a term coined by Alex himself, his very self, to just get some, you know, maybe some posts on the forum going in terms of, you know, downtime mechanics or whatever, you know, and like, like, you know, what do you want to do with the airship? Where do you want to go? You know, that kind of thing. So,
I'm weighing.
What are your goals? Yeah.
Quick question: is there a way? Do we level up ever?
Okay, so yeah, improvement is much like the rest of the game. It's kind of on a qualitative basis, where essentially you level up by writing in your diary, and then you're like, you know, I have been lifting weights lately to increase my physique, you know, and then it's like, yes, okay, eventually your physique will go up, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. It says to improve an already existing ability, start by telling your host what your character will be doing to improve himself, and let him tell you how long it will take to accomplish the improvement. For example, the player and the host could agree that if you fight a dozen duels with people who are at least one fencing rank above you, you will improve by 1 rank. Or that if you exercise every day for 6 months, your physique will improve by a level or 2. Obviously, to get to the next level should take even more effort. As you progress, the host can start to give you hints of your progress, allowing you to accomplish more than before, or by making feats seem easier than the last time you tried them.
I would really like to improve my marksmanship, because my marksmanship is only good. It is not.
Yeah.
It is not great, and I would love that to be great.
Sure. So
I
obviously,
some sort of martial kind of venue, be it fisticuffs or
yeah.
I don't know, fencing or something. Marksmanship. I don't know. I like the idea of it being melee, though, not really marksmanship.
You need like a I'm gonna hit you with a barrel kind of stuff, like just
Donkey Kong.
Yeah,
totally. That might be a little too on the nose, but I really like the idea of like brass knuckles or something like that, or like sap gloves or just something like that, and then and some to just add a little more damage, put a little pepper on it, and then just with a fisticuffs or just something to add a little nuance to all the horsepower that he's got. So
yeah, for sure.
I don't know how I don't know how to accomplish that, but I think it's definitely foremost on his mind that like I'm in this dangerous world now. I'm no longer in that sheltered, mosque that I lived in. I have to not only protect myself but those that I care about, especially given that I might be falling head over heels, for Sasha. As time goes on. Because if she pays me any attention, it's going to be.
You muted again.
If she pays me any kind of attention, it's going to be difficult for me to resist that.
Sure.
If she pursues me, I don't know that I'm going to be able to not, engage.
David, can we get the skill list? Because I know you put it up on the Roll20 window when we were making characters, but just so we know what we can dig into.
Absolutely. Yeah, because remember, anything that's not poor, great, or good is just average. So, I mean, Iskander does know how to fisticuff, it's just you want to get it above average. So, yeah.
Because for my character, I was thinking that Astrid, she's not very violent, so I'm not going to go for martial skill, but I was thinking that she might start applying her education to learning how to understand the way a body works, much like a machine works, so that she can mostly use it to help people when they're horribly injured by their friends.
I thought you were going to go the
mock death strike.
No, but that's the thing. I think it very much can go the other way. I think my diary entry might have some illegal corpse dissection and stuff like that as part of the process.
Sick. Yeah, I was like, oh, you're going to dismantle somebody's rib cage.
Aren't Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in characters right now?
Totally.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Who are you studying with?
Whoever Mr. Haas just skewered.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's your first corpse right there.
Yeah, which was a sick moment. I want to call that moment out because that was awesome.
I thought everybody did a great job. That was a really good session and really satisfying conclusion, I thought.
I think so too.
Once we figured out how to climb.
Well, yeah, that did take a little while, but it was okay. You were milking it for dramatic effect,
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All these goblins bumping into us, God.
Oh, stop it!
It's so annoying.
All these pesky ropes.
What is this, an anime? All these tentacles trying to get
But that's the thing, is the game very much is lean into those tropes, so it's we got to go to the boss fight now, we got to go confront the dude and have a duel and all that, it's very much outside of realism or believability.
I think how a lot of RPGs should be, Like,
Yeah.
we kind of like those. I mean, I've never been in a role-playing game where like the very obvious bad guy was like holding a knife to like one of our companions' necks and being like, "I'll let you go, but here's my monologue." You know?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Please allow me to spew some rhymes first. You know?
Totally.
And then escape in an ornithopter.
Totally.
Exactly.
Drop in and immediately out.
That was great with his Corporal Jenkins. Drop a beat. That was really cool. Here, I wonder though. Like, I was thinking that since we had 2 death cards play, right? Are those underutilized? It seems because it says you just automatically succeed at like a feat. Like,
Yeah, but then the next
what's
three,
the
the next 3 of your feats are trash.
True,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. What did we burn them on like minor feats? Like, what's the limit on that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like I want to pick up the mountain that he's standing on and throw it into the sun. Like, you know, like
Well, I
you know,
know.
what's the ceiling on?
I think it's
feat
something
like
that has to be like physically possible to begin with. You just have to throw down hella good cards to make it happen normally.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I also if I could have held on to the death card, I would have used it at the end of the session. But because I drew it during a sorcery test and I'm drawing until I succeed, it was the first card I drew.
Oh,
Yep.
that
And
does bring up a question that I had. So, like, in certain cases, like, let's say, okay, I'm going to use your spell as an example where you're, like, trying to summon your rifle or whatever.
Yeah.
And so normally he'd be going through the sorcery deck or whatever. But
Yeah.
would it be possible, like, is there a mechanism where if he, like, went full Metallica and he was like, give me wood, give me iron, give me jabba jabba za. and so I was like, yeah, here's a hammer, you know, and like I throw down some wands for him. Like, could you do something like that?
Yeah, can you help people?
Yeah, is
by-
there a
You know-
helping mechanic?
That is an excellent question. I'm gonna do a little deep dive on that. Yeah, assistance
yeah.
rules.
Because
Yeah,
there were a
sure.
few moments tonight where I was like, this card doesn't do anything for me. Like here's this major arcana that's going to work great at in this situation.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I ran into that a lot too. I had all like swords, and we were like in the middle of a fight. It was like, what about like I mean, but then at the same time, if there was a sword situation, I had swords plenty to hand out.
Yeah,
I also want to call out when I tried to gun down the bad guy, the major arcana I had me and David would have swapped hands.
Oh,
And
that's exciting.
I definitely would have got him if I played that, but for some reason I didn't. I thought it was too risky.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it next time.
Yeah, for the
Excellent.
drama.
Yeah, totally.
Love it.
Yeah, I've only gotten one major arcana so far this whole game, and it
What
was
the
today.
hell?
But
That's so
the one I
weird.
got increases my exchequer by a level, so I'm like, well, that's not helping me right now. I'm like, but what if I pay you?
Hey, that could have helped us with the squad, being like,
Yeah.
well, like whatever you're getting paid, we'll match it.
We'll double it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm also rich, so
that's true.
we can work together on just buying our way out of problems. And if that
always
doesn't
true.
happen, I've got some bullets.
All right, cool. So yeah, I'll see about setting up a little midweek taster board so we can talk about next steps and what to do. But I have an idea for the next story, and so we'll just see how that integrates with what everyone else wants to do, and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Is the next story gonna tail off this one? Like, have we seen the last of this bad guy? Is this was this was he just like the villain of the week?
You never know, right? I mean, he got away, so he could always show up again.
Dope.